Stop. Of course. Instantly, she's going to start barking. All right. Bring up the chat. Why do I always forget this? Why do I always forget this? Where's my chat? There we go. Hi, guys. I am trying to bring up the chat. Amanda, mom of 3. Hi, Vixen. Yes, I know. Hi, Cassandra. Sweet Tea Lady, Angel Wings, Hippie Mandy. Hi, Amanda Love. Sweet Meadow. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Simply Bonnie, Punky Bee, Desiree. Hope everyone is having a good morning. Judy. Hi, Tammy. Let me see here really fast. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Steph. Erica. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay and all that? Let me move this over here. Hi, Miss Bethy. Focus, stop. Okay, just let me get the chat moved around. Yeah. Oh no, what did I do now? Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Hi, Amber. I appreciate all of you that are listening, whether you're going to be talking or not. As you guys know, it's hard for me to watch the chat while I'm doing this. Hi, Simply. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette today. And as you will be able to see, this is truly one of my very favorite. It is well used. The reason that I'm going to use this one today is because it is currently on sale at Ulta. So I thought it would be a good time to use it. That way, if it's something that you guys like, you can go pick it up. It is truly one of the best palettes I've ever used in my life. It is so easy to blend, it is so easy to work with, universally flattering on all skin tones, all ages. So I'm gonna go over some of those things with you. Hi, Steph. I know it's easy to hit pan on that one. Hi, Katie. Hey, I have a question? Can wrenches delete other wrenches or no? Hi, Care Bear. Hi, WTF. Katie, somebody? No, they cannot. Okay. Y'all, you know that's going to be a problem. I can't do anything about it. She's a high anxiety little dog, and only I can. Okay. I will try to pay attention. As y'all know, there have been some changes since the last time I did this. I don't anticipate those people dropping in, but just in case, if somebody could give me a heads up Vixen, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you could just shoot me a text, Vixen or Katie, to give me a heads up so that I can take care of that. She sounds like my little Mocha, so adorable. She is so precious. Like, she really is a really, really good dog. But man, that bark is just like, wow. Hi, Emily. Hi, Paul. You stand with Trisha Paytas. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that meant. Okay, so as you can see, I am completely barefaced today. I did that for a couple of reasons. I intentionally, that's awesome, Prancer. That's good for her. Not sure how she would be on Real Housewives, but hey, you never know. She manages to pull anything off. So I did this for a reason. I actually stopped. It's my devotion to you all. I stopped my skincare routine that I am die hard about 2 weeks ago. And I did that because I wanted you to see exactly the difference that can be made with skincare. As most of you know, I live here in Florida, so I am on the beach, on the boat all the time. Have Irish background, so I am not tan. I am not orange. However, I am a bunch of freckles that sort of combine together to make me appear like I have a tan, even though I do not. It's actually just a bunch of freckles pushed together. So the skincare line that I use is Lancer, and I'm going to really go in depth on that at another time. But there's several things I wanted to cover today. Oh, that's awesome, Simply. I do this with other makeup artists as well. You're the only real one that I know. Well, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate all your guys' patience, the support. It's been a sketchy 10 months. But we're gonna move ahead. And as you guys know, I've said from the beginning that my channel is always going to be a safe place, no drama. I don't enjoy that. If you knew me in my real life, and there are a few of you that do, I actually don't enjoy being the center of attention. I actually hate that. I don't like confrontations. But I also have found that a lot of people have mistaken my kindness for weakness, or that I don't have a spine, or that I won't stand up for myself, or that I'm a follower. I have certainly never been a follower my entire life. I have always been more of a leader. I have a very strong personality in my real life. And I think that you're going to start seeing that more. There's been way too many things that have happened, and I'm the only one that can change that, and I'm going to. I love makeup. Obviously, that's why I do this. I enjoy. I always keep them up. Yeah, Steph. I will never take my videos down unless somebody else takes them down. I'm not sure why. Well, they might today. I don't know, because I have a few things to say, and then I won't be addressing any of this anymore. I am never. You're not going to see me go on any social media and bash anyone. I don't do that. If I have a problem with someone, I'm going to give them a call and talk to them about it. But I'm never going to do that. I don't see the point. I hate the idea of intentionally hurting anyone's feelings. So that's not something that I'm going to be doing. Miss Bethy, it really winds me up when, oh shoot, honey, I'm sorry. I missed, when crap is said about you, especially, you're always so graceful about it. I'm actually not always so graceful about it, but I want to be better about that and somehow find the balance of being graceful about it, but not being a doormat either. Um, I'm I'm fed up to the point where I was very close to just not doing this anymore. I appreciate the many of you that reached out to me. That was very sweet. No, it was not seeking pity. Being a paramedic for as long as I have, pity is not something that I look for or enjoy in other people. So again, a lot can be lost in a post on social media. And when you don't have the context that it was meant in, or the way someone may say that, it can get very confusing and feelings can get hurt uh, easily. And I'm just not going to do that. So with that said, there are a couple of things. Actually, there's one. Um, I know Vixen, you are Vixen. You just don't mess with that girl. There's something I want to bring up. This is, at least for me, a very private, very emotional, high charged. Um, what's the word? Um, not not experience, but subject matter. Now, I know that everyone that is here has likely heard a lot of the things that have been said. Um, and I am not going to address anything that was said to me or about me at all because I don't care. When people say things about me, it speaks volumes about them and literally nothing about me. I can only control the way that I choose to respond to it. Sometimes I do that better than others. I will be working on that in 2018 to try and be better at that. The only thing that I would love to ask of you guys is if you hear something, see something, and it doesn't strike you as something that I would say or do or behave in such a way, please bring that to my attention. For some reason, these people make a career out of making troll accounts. I do not have any other account. I just have mine. So if you see something that doesn't look like something that I would say or a chat that I would not be in, just check it and make sure. And if you could, please flag it. I know right now there are at least two that are going around and are saying some pretty vicious things that definitely wouldn't come out of my mouth. So quickly, before I move on to this tutorial, just wanted to touch on the subject of something that was said. I believe it got lost in all of the other controversial. What do you mean, Care Bear? Can you explain that to me? By Steph. Hope of peace. I do know that I'm loved and respected. I know that very much. Hi, Stellar. I absolutely know that. These are just some things that some of them are generalized statements that I just wanted to make because I am not going to consistently go on here every day, which it seems like there's just something every single day that's going on. And I have life, which comes first, always will, always. I enjoy this. I enjoy you. My real life will always come first. My family, my husband, my real friends in real life will always come first. I am 100% unapologetic for that. So thanks, Katie. So I'm gonna mention this the one time, and then I'm gonna move on. And I would not mention it if it weren't something that actually was very close to me. So the other night in one of the streams, there were several things that were brought up about something that someone said, and that was really focused on, and it blew up into this huge thing. But there was something else that was said during that stream that I found unbelievably hurtful, and I think it got lost in all of the other stuff. And what it was that was said was that Katie was in some way being punished, or that God really knew what he was doing by not allowing her to have children. That one went so far below um, decency that this many days later, it is still something that I'm thinking about. So I wanted to address it. I personally struggled with infertility and um, miscarriages and all of the stuff that goes along with that. Vixen, I know she hasn't tried. I understand that. It was the point that it was being said as some kind of an insult. And that's an insult to millions and millions of women and men that are struggling with something that is truly one of the most hurtful things. Yes, exactly. Yes. It is. It is absolutely wrong. So even though I know Katie, blows this off, and yes, she hasn't tried, and she's very responsible, all that. A lot of us have. And I don't believe for 1 second that it is because God is punishing me or anyone else. And it is already incredibly stressful, expensive, heartbreaking. The roller coaster of emotions that you go through when you are dealing with infertility is something that you can't understand unless you've been through it. Bottom line is, when we are, little girls, we think about growing up and having children. When that doesn't happen naturally, you do feel mm, a little broken, and a lot of things go through your mind on your own. So you don't need anybody else saying something like it's God punishing you or God making a better decision because you shouldn't be reproducing. Um, my heart hurt so badly for the millions of women that struggle with this, and this is the only thing that I am going to bring up that's like a controversial kind of thing. And that is just because it's happened to me personally. My husband and I did infertility, and we were unsuccessful several times. When we were successful with twins, um, I lost them. And that was when I decided to call it quits. I didn't want to do it anymore. Um, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that during all these wars and these horrible things that people say, just stop and think for just a second um, about how deeply those words could hurt someone at that very, very moment. Um, so I'm going to leave it there. Not going to get into it anymore, but that is something that has been bothering me for days. And because I couldn't let it go, I really did want to address that. Yes, and I am seeing all of you saying that you have been through this and that it's happened to you, and it is incredibly, incredibly hurtful. Um, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it was said. I'm sorry that it hurt others. Um, just, what is this? Let's see. Man, you just got here. I feel for you more than you could ever know. I was forced to have a hysterectomy at 27, now 52. Two beautiful stepdaughters. However, I will never get over it. Right. Um, and I'm not going to say I haven't gotten over it, because I definitely did. I came to the conclusion that, God had other plans for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with whatever his plans are for me. I'm always going to be okay with that. But I'm not okay with such a generalized hateful statement that could really, really hurt someone that's going through it. I'm 8 years removed from it, so I've had lots of time to heal. There's so many people that are doing it right now, going through it right now, and if they were to hear that on top of the stress and the shots and the expense and the unknown, just that roller coaster, that could just be way too hurtful. So that's why I wanted to address that. I'm not going to bring up the other stuff, and we definitely are going to go ahead and get into the tutorial real quick. I just want to go over and see if there's anything here that you guys want to say before. Simply Bonnie, I'm sorry for your daughter. You know, prayers lifted. And no, Hippie Mandy, God does not work that way. No, it was not. It was not Trisha, and I don't say her name, but it was not her, and I don't want there to be any confusion about that whatsoever. I don't even think she would say something like that. And I don't think that the people that said it really thought through what they were saying. Hi, Carmen, praying for you, thinking about it. Yes, Lindsay, fertility is such a sensitive issue. Absolutely. Kids are expensive. Okay, Kate. I can't imagine one human saying it to another, let alone woman to woman. Yes, nailed it on the head. Hi, B, how are you? Just wanted to say that last night you literally looked gorgeous. Cancer free looks great on you. Absolutely beautiful. Praise God that you are cancer free, and of course, we will always pray that that stays that way. Okay, so we're gonna get into this makeup tutorial. And that's true, B. That not everyone wants them. It was just it being said that it was a punishment of some sort was totally wrong and out of line. I don't know. Is there a way to slow the chat down? I don't know. Pop out participants, manage moderators. Oh, I need to do that. I don't know. I guess I can't. Okay, I had to write some things down here. I wanted to tell you that today's look, I'm actually doing a kind of a recreation of this really pretty look that I found on Instagram. But oh, for gosh sake, Anastasia Beverly Hills Instagram. The makeup artist is at Tiny Beauty, TineBeauty, and this is the look that we are going for. I'm still working on my camera. I've been doing some Google searches, and I think I know less about it now than I did before I did any YouTube and Google searches. So I'm going to need to stop doing that and just try and figure it out. Hi, Cherry. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thank you so much for your card. So incredibly sweet. You guys are great. Okay, now I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an overview of where I intend to go with the channel. I really have given this a lot of thought, and I don't want it to just be like any other makeup channel. Now, I'm older. I'm 42, so there are things about me. I have hooded eyes. Like I said, lots of freckles. Different things like that. And I think that that kind of will make it unique. I will be doing live streams, but I am also going to be doing recorded videos as well. I probably still will not be editing them. I do not know how to edit. And at 42 years old, I'm not sure that I really want to. Vixen, I love you. 22. You're the best. I don't know. That may be something I do later on, but at this point in my life, I think it's probably just going to be no editing, and it'll stay like this. I do enjoy doing the live streams, so it's fun to interact. I will continue to do that. B, please, you're absolutely beautiful. So I just want to go over a few things with you guys. Okay, so listen to some of these things. I'm going to give you like a synopsis of where I see this going. Um, yes, simply right. There's a lot of people that have hooded eyes, and there's a lot of people that are over 40. But life doesn't stop when you're over 40. You can love makeup until you die. I certainly will. I mean, absolutely. So just quickly, I'm not going to be looking at Mandy and Miss B are beautiful, all natural. Stephanie, thank you so much. I would never have believed you were in your 40s. I'm 31 and thought you looked way younger than me. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. And I can tell you're absolutely gorgeous. You got to help us old chicks. Tammy, come on now. That's not true. Yeah, hooded eyes. It's very, very, very common, you guys. Most people have hooded eyes in one way, shape, or the other. If you ever come on holiday to UK, I would love to come to Wales. I think that would be amazing. Thank you, Vixen. I still don't understand what hitting the like button means, but thank you. Lauren, please know how much you loved. I am so sorry to hear that. What did B just say? I want to love makeup, just never knew how to do it. So teach me. I am going to do that. Okay, so again, I'm not going to be able to look at the chat, you guys. So if there's questions, hold up. If you're talking between yourselves, then go right ahead. So there are lots of things that I plan on doing. When I do live streams, there will be small giveaways, just sporadically, whatever. Like today, as a matter of fact, I will be doing an impromptu small giveaway. And I will do that here in just a minute. So you're going to find those throughout. They'll only be on live streams when I do that. I will be doing other giveaways where I use the Google format, where it's a random thing through Google. You would go and sign up, and that's how you would get those giveaways. I'm going to do several series. I am shooting for 3 videos a week. That's what I would like to do, with at least one of those being a live stream. Some of the series that I have planned would be makeup through the decades and histories. So I would like to go, you know, to the 1920s and 1930s, 40s, 50s, and really give you guys some of the background information. What makeup was viewed as in the 20s and 30s, and give you some background, as well as do a look from that era that is historically accurate. So I think that that would be interesting. If you guys are interested in that, I hope, then let me know. And if you're not, then definitely let me know, because I won't do it if you're not interested in that. What did... yeah, I'll go over all of that, you guys. Christy, I love makeup, and I love that you teach techniques that work for any makeup, drugstore, luxury. Okay. Thank you for coming, Stellar. Everyone post Mandy's channel on Twitter to get people to sub her, please. Thank you. I appreciate that. You have some real... Cherry has blue shades. It looked like you had been punched in the face with 2 black eyes. I will work on blue, because yes, that is definitely a difficult color, but anybody can wear it. Anybody. Let's see. Can't wait for the future of your channel. Really great ideas. Thank you, guys. Other things, if you guys ever recreate something that I've done, or you use a tip that I gave you, if you could hashtag makeup by Mandy B, I would really appreciate that, because that's something that I'm also going to do. I want to go back and look over and just, put the hashtag in, and go back and look over some of the comments that you guys are making, so I know what you guys are liking and what you would like me to change. Another series, I will be having some guests. There are several people that will be coming to visit me, very soon. So you're going to have some funny videos. You're going to have some videos where we're taking turns doing makeup on each other. Others when we are out on the boat doing our shark tagging, which most of you know that my husband and I are very big with NOAA and ocean conservation. So we'll be working on that. some more vlogging and some life events, something like that. When I get my Botox done, I'm going to vlog that. I am actually going to have my eyebrows tattooed, not microbladed, but tattooed. And I will be able to bring you along for that. I was contacted on Instagram by someone that does it locally and offered to do that for me and agreed to allow me to video it so that you guys can see it. She doesn't believe in microblading because of a lot of the reasons that I had talked about with exfoliation. There's a higher risk of infection. She uses the actual tattoo gun, but still does them. I looked at her work. It looks great. So I'm going to bring you guys along for that. I, of course, will be doing like Halloween and FX looks as we get closer to that. I'm going to have some fun challenges. And one that I thought of that I'm going to be doing quite soon, I'm going to name the Famous Face Challenge. And what that is going to mean is I'm going to have everybody that wants to enter all comment under a tweet that I make out. So everybody will put their name. And then what we will do is when you put your name on there, everybody else that comes onto that thread will go to each person or whomever they choose and tell that person whom they believe they look like. Who do they resemble? What star do they resemble? And then it will be that person's option to choose whom they think they look most like. And then the challenge will be to do a recreation and use the skills of contouring, highlighting, and all of that kind of stuff to achieve that look. And then at the end of that, we will all judge that and pick who we think did the best job. And I will, again, be giving a prize out for that. So I have some fun challenges, things like that, that I think would be fun. I will be doing a freelance series on my makeup kit, on my education, how I keep my education up, what I do to keep my education up, on sanitizing everything, on how I store it, on how I get jobs, how taxes work. If you're interested in doing this, where to start and where to go. Your ideas are awesome. Told you your channel is going to blow up. Well, we will see. I'm good with keeping it small. I love you guys. I think you're great. And I don't know how many people are in here right now, but it's scrolling very fast. So it's difficult to keep up with. I have no idea how Katie does it with so many people because I am not doing well at that. Another series I'm going to be doing is the basic starter makeup kit and brushes. This is one of the most asked questions that I get. So I will be doing that where I talk to you about Miss Bethy. That's actually coming up next month. Yes. And I will be vlogging that per whatever their rules and regulations are. So I will be doing a basic starter makeup kit and basic brushes so that people that are truly just starting out, or maybe you have a teenager or whatever it is, I'm going to break it down to the absolute basics. What do you have to have in order to pull off multiple looks? And then we will go, as that series goes on, we will add to that different things. I am going to be doing a skincare basics series as well as advanced series. I will do complexion routines. Today, I'm actually going to do everything. I will not do that all the time because of the amount of time. But for today, I just wanted to do it completely barefaced and start from the beginning and go from there. Because then you'll know the amount of time it actually takes. Now, obviously, it takes me longer when I'm doing this because I am talking to you guys so often and looking at the chat and sidetrack and stuff like that. When I sit down to do my makeup without any distractions and I'm in my own world and I'm creating, my art, that's my place of zen. When I'm stressed, when I'm whatever, I go over to my makeup station and I just sit down and I play and I create, and no one's watching. I don't care if they are. It's it takes all the stress away. And I would love for you guys to have that too. Makeup is definitely an art form. It's an expression. It's no different than painting. You're just painting it onto your face. And instead of it's, hanging on somebody's wall, you actually are walking around with your artwork. Or if you have a client, you get to see your artwork walk around. And I find that absolutely amazing and extremely gratifying. Um, I'll be doing everyday makeup, special occasion makeup, nighttime makeup, makeup for photos, which is much, much different. So I will be doing a series on just that, different things that you need to know as far as sunblock, different powders that you shouldn't use because of the flashback that you'll see. It's not easy, but I do my best. Seems I have moved from mom guilt and now daughter guilt. Sometimes just seems like you can't do enough, but I do appreciate that I still have her to spend time with. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Cheshire. Oh, I didn't see Baby Blue. Hi to you too. Also, yes, flashback, Miss Bethy. As I said that, yes. I will be doing a full brush video, including which brushes I think are worth the money, ones that you could probably get that are cheaper, the ones that I have found that last a long time, and I will be going from drugstore prices all the way up to high end as well. I will also be doing, with that brush video, I will be showing you how to clean them and store them and all of that so that you keep them looking perfect. I will be doing monthly favorites. Sometimes I will have a guest that will be doing that with me. Hint, hint, Dixon. You know how a lot of makeup, well, I think they're more beauty gurus. That's not what I would consider myself at all. But they'll have like Hot or Not, Whooper Womps, things like that. I'm going to call mine worth or waste. So is it worth your money or is it a waste of your money? So I will be doing those series as well. I am going to, of course, do a drugstore dupes series, and that will be ongoing. Anytime that I find one, I do have some currently that I am stocking up to do a video, and as soon as I have enough to do one, or my first video, I will be doing a dupes video. I will also be doing makeup storage, expiration dates for makeup, different actual storage containers that I think work really well. And then also some tips and tricks that makeup artists use that you may not use every day, but in a pinch, they work. Lastly here, let's see. I want to go over some of the things. As I'm closing in on 1,000, I know that means super chats, and I wanted to quickly address that. The super chat versus PayPal versus what I'm going to say are direct links. At least 2 times a month, I will be donating 100% and matching to a certain amount, which I'll get into, to certain charities. So what I will intend to do, so for January, if I hit 1,000, it's going to be the AS PCA. I will provide a direct link to their donation. So it will not be PayPal to me. It will not be Super Chat to me. It would be you guys making the donation directly to them, because then you can also use that as a write-off on your taxes for making a charitable donation. But I will also be keeping track of who made the donations, so that I can make sure that I list everyone's name and also put you into a drawing at the end of the month for each time you do make a donation to whatever the charity is that I've chosen for that month. And like I said, I will be matching that within reason, and I'll kind of talk to you about that more. So that will be done at least 2 times a month, where the donations will go to something specific. If I don't get to 1,000 in January, then February will be ASPCA, because right now they are desperately hurting, trying to save the animals that are outside in the cold. So I wanted to do them first. Some other charities that I intend for us to as a family donate to would be the Boys and Girls Homes, Ocean Conservation. I will have a viewer's choice where you guys come up with something that you want, and we'll use that one for that month. St. Jude's, as we get closer to Christmas, that will be one that I do. Of course, the American Cancer Association. And then one that's personally close to me is epilepsy.org, to find a cure, and also to push for the legalization of medical marijuana that absolutely has changed my life from epilepsy. I am now down 50 pounds in 5 months. I'm off all of my epilepsy medications, and I feel amazing. So, and still seizure free. So that's near and dear to my heart. Everybody that donates will be listed, and then a prize will be drawn for each donation per month. Just think about, at the end of the year, when I add all of this up, think about how much we could really do and how many lives we could make a difference in. I think that's pretty awesome. And that is definitely, I did not get weight loss surgery. No, I just got off of all of my epilepsy medications, which cause a great deal of weight gain. So I have done absolutely nothing except for get off my epilepsy medication and start on the medical marijuana 5 months ago. I will be doing random invites at the end of some of my videos. I won't announce when I'm going to do it. If one of the videos runs short, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Then I will invite someone to come on Hangouts with me, and I will answer that person's questions specifically. 15, 20 minutes, something like that, at the end of a video. I am also offering, right now I have 3 that are already booked. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention your names, but I have 3 booked. I will be offering one-on-one Google Hangouts. I am going to charge $50 for an hour and a half of one-on-one with us. Typically, I charge $100 here when I go to do a makeup lesson, but because I'm not leaving my house and because I'm not using my makeup or my products, I'm going to charge $50 for it. And like I said, it'd be about an hour to an hour and a half. If it goes over, it goes over. But the lessons could be anything from, how to apply. If you have a teenager, you want to teach them an appropriate amount of makeup, how to use it. If you're just really struggling with one thing specifically, and you want me to be right there, one-on-one, just like this, talking directly to you and showing you how to use what you have in front of you. So instead of doing, you may not have all the makeup that I have, obviously, but I can talk to you and I can see what you have, and I can show you how to use what you have and make that work for you. And then I can also do, like answer some questions for like a personal shopper kind of thing for what I think may work for you. It also makes it much easier for me if I'm looking directly at you and I can see your skin, for me to be able to give more detailed. There's also the privacy thing. I don't really like when people have to put what's their concerns, and I wouldn't want to really put that out there on the internet. So this would be a way that you would be dealing with me directly. You could tell me whatever your concerns are, and then we could work those out. That is just an option. It's certainly not something that you have to do, because I will be still doing tutorials. That is just if I see your live and see the gunners, but can't get video to stream in the car. Someday I'll catch you live, girl. You're going to get to 1K today. That's funny. I don't think that is going to happen, but thank you. And I appreciate you tuning in. And like I said, these will always be left up. Just a couple more little things here real quick, guys. The giveaways will be both random and through Google. And at least one time a month, I will pick a sub to do the free one-on-one Google Hangout as well. So Okay, Carmen, can you just give me a call later so I can talk to you? So thank you, Tammy. That is actually what I was going for. Let me try and Tammy Sue said this is going to be the most unique take on the entire makeup genre. And I appreciate that because I really did want to try and do things that are different. Don't know what a gunner is. I wrote comments. I'm not sure. It said it in there. Maybe it was a typo. I'm not really sure. So I did. I wanted to make it a little bit different. You guys, any suggestions that you have, please let me know. As you know, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving the Lorac Pro palette away. I'm so glad you love the ideas, guys. Just, if you think of something, please let me know. So since this is what's going to be given away at the 1,000 mark, I thought to do my little giveaway today is going to be this, which is the Laura Mercier starter kit. So it has the secret eye brightening. It has her really good setting powder. There's actually a lipstick, and it has her primer in here as well. So this is a cool little kit. This is going to be the prize today. And the trivia question. Is everybody ready? Because I'm going to do it right now. I think I'm lagging, so I'm going to wait a second until everybody's ready to go. So when you hear that and you're ready for the question, okay, great. Thank you, Vixen. Vixen, if you could please think of a number between 1 and 20 and have that in your head, please, for when I ask for it in just a moment. So the question is, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whatever number she picks, I'm going to count whoever had the correct answers, however many correct, I'm going to count that number down, and whoever had the correct answer to this trivia question is going to win the Laura Mercier. So the trivia question is, for the brand Lorac, do you know why the brand is named? That's the question. Vixen, if you could let me know what that number was that you were thinking, and if you could help me. Poop, not correct, Sandy Law. Look, everybody's going to be Googling this. After the founder, Carol. That is the correct answer, Punky. You're the first one. What was your 17 is the number. So after a family member, I have no clue. Actually, Vixen, it probably should just go to the first person that came with it, right? Because if I pick, everybody could just be picking it, right? It was not the name of her dog. It is named after herself. And I'm actually going to just go with the very first person that gave the correct answer because I didn't think that through. And once somebody sees the correct answer, then everybody would just type it. So Punky B is correct. It was named after the founder. Her name is Carol, and Lorac, spelled backwards, is Carol. So I am going to award this one to Punky B. If you could DM me your address, I will get this mailed out to you in the next couple of days. And then once we get to 1,000, I will do the giveaway. And like I said, that will be done through Google. So I hope that that's okay with everybody, that I kind of changed that up and did it that way. Oh, good. Punky should win. So you guys all agree. Good. I wasn't exactly sure how to do that, and I'll work on doing those things better. So Punky, just DM me your name and address, and I will get that out to you. Sienna, can't wait, Mandy. You have so many great ideas. Thank you. And yes, I love seeing all the congratulations to Punky. You guys are great. Absolutely great. I have some of the best subs, honestly. I really, really do. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's get into this makeup tutorial. So as most of you know, I start with my eyes first, almost always, because I do the cleanup. So the very first thing that I am going to do is put my primer on, and I am actually going to try, yes, Lord, getting me some Mandy Fix this morning. Good morning, Mandy. Hi, Miss Christy. Hi, Baha. Baha says, technically, I had the correct answer as it is the name backwards. Oh, geez. I'm going to have to work that. I have to work that out, Baha. If you want to send me a DM, I will try to make that right with you. Okay, so eyes first. So I'm going to pull all my hair back. As you guys can see, I've talked to you before. Let me bring you closer. Oh, as far as my background not being professional or whatever, dude, I'm sitting in my living room, so I'm not trying to be like all professional. And if I tried to use my actual makeup station, and I'm going to try and work this out, maybe get some kind of a little table to where I can. But if I sat at my makeup station and tried to put my computer on it to record it, all you guys would be looking at would be my back wall and my TV. So I'm going to try and find, thank you, Prancer. I appreciate you saying I'm a good person. I appreciate that. Kit Kat, I love your heart too. Thank you. You like the picture behind me? Oh, the Amazing Grace. Yeah, I have a lot of pictures up there. It's my grandmother and myself. You're not going to be able to see it because of my light. And then there's some of Alex's, and then there's a couple collages that I make. So Baha, I love competitive. My husband and I are so competitive. Miss Christy, you be you, Mandy. We are looking at your gorgeous face. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Because I always be happy with who you are in your own skin. We are all beautiful. There's no disability. We all just have special abilities. And I truly, truly believe that makeup, like I said, is an art. I enjoy doing it because I love seeing the look on people's faces. And I love watching someone's self-esteem go up because they're looking in the mirror and they see themselves the way they feel on the inside. And I think that that's what makeup does. It's just fun. Not doing it to cover anything up. It is your artwork. Don't ever let anybody shame you for doing it. You're not doing it for boys. You're not doing it for girls. You're not doing it to cover up or to hide or any of that stuff. And I don't care if you like to go natural or you wear so much that you could carve initials into the side of your face. It is your face and you do it the way that you like it. So I am actually going to use a new primer today. I did already do my skincare. And like I said, I'll show you all of that in the skincare video. But right now I got a new primer. It's the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. Everything says 9,000 different things. Things that I personally look for because I am like an oil slick. I am just so incredibly oily, which is a good thing. Because oily people do tend to look younger longer. So for all you oily girls like me, don't let it upset you. But I do look for things that say mattifying because I like to keep things mattified. So the first thing I will do is, of course, clean hands, always, always. Just kind of go like this. And I do want to take my nose ring out. I'm just going to set that to the side. And I already have my skincare, like I said, but I am going to go ahead and take. Okay, so this looks like it has a little bit of a tint to it, which that's fine. I enjoy that. As you guys know, I have to actually look in my mirror. And let me see if I can bring you guys. Let's see here. Let me try and. Is that close enough, guys? That's pretty dang close. So, okay. So, oh, I just put that in my hair. Good Lord. All right. So, when doing primer, you really want a pea size. Yes, that's simply I do. I love the Peter Thomas Roth. It's really, really good. Where to get the best prices? Ulta, pretty much across the board. It's Ulta. Now, I would always take a look at Sephora because unfortunately for them, they are definitely um, hurting from Ulta doing so well. So I would check them out because they're now having sales, which Sephora never ever used to do, and now they are doing so. But typically, I go to Ulta because there's always coupons and things are always on sale. So that's my preference. So you just need a pea size. You do more is not more when you're doing primer. If you put too much on, it's going to pill up. So you don't want to do that. So I typically, as I've always said, you want to put whatever product that you're putting on, you want to put it where you need it the most, where you want the most pigment first. So I typically, well, no, I always start right here and just bring it out. Again, this is the first time I'm trying it, so I don't know. Simply Budget, thank you so much. I am definitely into taking care of my skin now. Yes, I know. I know. Okay. Now, the reason I went ahead and put my primer on is because you want your primer to set. The first thing you want to do is your skincare. So, like your moisturizer, even if you're oily, you definitely still want to moisturize. And I like to do that about a half an hour before I actually start to. My first luxury palette was MAC. I saved all my babysitting money, and I think I was about 10 years old when I got it for the first time. And it was like $40. And that was a long time ago because I'm 42. So it was really expensive and I was super duper excited. Um, so then after your moisturizer has set for about a half an hour, then you can go on and do your primer. I am going to, I put it on now because I am still going to go ahead and do my eyes next, but I wanted to get that on so that it sits. And so far, I will say that I think it looks pretty decent. I don't know where all this glitter came from, though. I'm going to have a glitter face because I was swatching glitter earlier, and then I put my primer on the glitter. So I'm going to have a glitter face. That's okay. No problem. Moving on. After I put my primer on, I love the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. As you can see, I really love it. And I just douse it. And then I'm just going to let that soak in. My favorite little thing is my fan. So I'm just going to quickly just fan that to dry it a little bit. Glitter is the herpes of makeup. It is hard to get rid of it once you get it somewhere. That is for sure. Oh, you are getting the paint pot today? Yeah, I absolutely love the paint pot for sure. I will be using that here in just a second. Okay, so I am going to start by grabbing my MAC paint pot. I'm sorry, Christy, I missed that. So if you ask it, if you have a pink undertone, what was the question though? I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Can you re-ask it, Christy? So what I do is I like to take my MAC paint pot. I take a very little bit. You know what? Don't let me fix the mistake I just made and wipe this hand off so that I don't do the same thing over and over like a dummy. So let me wipe that off real quick. Okay. I hope I didn't miss Christy's question again. There's no backwards way to do it. Oh, good. Do you like it? Do you notice a difference using it? So I think Amber and Christy are talking, but I'm not sure what. Okay, I asked what should be my first luxury palette purchase? That's totally up to you. But the Modern Renaissance, I just think you can't go wrong with it. Doesn't matter if you're cool, warm, there's a little bit of everything in it. You can do a zillion different looks with it. It is just a fabulous, fabulous palette. Super easy to blend out. So very, very user friendly, you know, for a beginner. So I took a little bit of my, why is this? There, okay. I took a little bit of my, and I'm in soft ochre. That's the color that I use. So I'm going to take it. And of course, you saw I already wiped off. I'm going to do it again because they're oily. I'm wiping off my eyelids. And then I'm just going to take it and push that on. Now, I am not into Instagram, the Instagram browse. And in all honesty, you will find very few makeup artists that are, because they're just not practical. They look great in a photo. They look literally ridiculous at Walmart if you're walking around with these carved out things. So I won't do that. If anyone wants a real nice natural skincare set, try the Andula. Mandy had me try it almost a year ago, and I love it. Wow, Tracy, can you believe it's been a year? That's so crazy. Okay. It does. It helps the shadows to stay longer. It helps them to show up more vibrant to their actual color. And one of the things that a lot of people forget is that it keeps your eyelids from getting stained with the colors that you're using, which can definitely happen. You're using purples and blues and stuff like that. If you don't have a good primer down, it will stain your actual eyes. And that's not a good look, especially the next day. You know, if you've gone out and you did a really cool peacock look and then you have work the next morning and you can't get those peacock colors off, that's not a fun morning, and it definitely will stain your eyes. There are many different paint pots. You don't necessarily have to use soft ochre. Just choose the one that you like the best. I don't know if Katie's still here or not, but Katie, this is what Wayne Goss was talking about, how much whiter it is, because I do choose to use the MAC paint pot in soft ochre. At this point, if you really wanted your eyes to match your complexion more, you would put a little bit of foundation on top of that. I do not do that because I find that it starts to pill up on me with my eyeshadows, and I don't like that. So now we've got our paint pot on. The very first thing that I want to do now is I'm going to set that. And I use a color that is close to my skin tone, well, close to this color, or even a shade lighter that is matte. You do not want to use a shimmer for this. So I just want to make sure I moved my things around. So okay, yeah. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm just going to quickly set this before it creases. So this will keep your makeup on all day long. It's going to keep the colors from creasing. It makes the colors show up more true to their pigmentation, and it keeps the shadows from staining your eyelids. Okay, so that is finished. And now we are going to, where's my telephone so I can look at my, what the heck? Well, I have lost my telephone, so I think I'm just going to try and do it from memory and just kind of create my own. Like I said, it was a, I was just going to use it as a inspiration and try to make my own off of that. So now that I've lost my phone, it's definitely going to be just an inspiration since I don't remember what it looked like. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Modern Renaissance. And if I remember correctly, it was kind of a halo look. So I'm going to grab, where are my brushes? Here. So I actually did separate my brushes out this time with what I would want. Yes, that's why I have, Lexi, the tape for hooded eyes, I did try it. It is more of a pain than it's worth. You can fake, and I'll show you, you can make your eyes look less hooded in other ways. You don't have to do that. In those plastic things that stick on there, it makes your eyeshadow look so wonky. Now, if you are just doing like a totally natural look and you're not going to be doing colors, then sure, you could use those. But for me, if I'm going to sit down and take the time to do my makeup, like I said, it's going to be like artwork. And I rarely do like a fast get out the door. If I'm fast and I'm getting out the door, there's no makeup on my face. I'm full glam or homeless. That's my looks. So I am first of all going to take, I want to make my transition color. So I am going to take a fluffy brush. I think this is going to be my Morphe. Yes. As you guys know, I do use the Wayne Goss brushes, and that is because I have hooded eyes. Tracy, Mandy swears by them, so I'll trust it. Plus a friend has them so soft. If you're talking about the Wayne Goss brushes, then they are absolutely amazing. Yes. B, do you have any trouble with matte lips peeling? If so, what do you use to prevent it? I don't use liquid lipsticks all that often. But what I do, this is by Elf, you guys. And it's just a scrubber. So you just put it on just like you would a lipstick. It's sugar. And then you just leave it on, let it soak in, and then I'll wipe it off later. But what it's going to do is take care of any of the dead skin that I have on there. And then I use a non-wax lip moisturizer. If you use anything that has waxy stuff in it, it actually will make your lips more dry and more cracked. So yes, it is like $3 and it is actually better. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is better than Jeffree Star's. And his were my holy grail. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. So I grabbed my first blending brush. And again, you're going to see me using my Vera Mona color switch, which is just a charcoal. Looks like a Brillo pad, but it's actually has charcoal in it. And you just swirl it around like that. My brushes are already clean, but I'm just showing you. You just swirl it around like that, and you can do quick switches. And because of the charcoal, it helps with sanitizing it as well. Now, I would never use that on, you know, if you're doing a client or you're using somebody else or you're doing somebody else's makeup. Don't go from your eyes to their eyes just using this. That's definitely a no-go. But if you're just doing it on yourself to quickly switch and want to use, you know, one brush, or you only have a couple brushes, this is a great thing. Ulta has one that is similar and a little bit cheaper. It's just this one happened to come out first. I grabbed it, and with this one, I can just buy the refills for next to nothing. And that's why I do that. Okay, so as most of you know, I do like to do my highlight underneath my brow first. Yeah, B, I'll send you a text message and tell you exactly what it is. So, because I have a couple different ones, and that happens to be my favorite. So I'll send you a text message. So, because this specific look, if I remember, was so shiny, it's what we call a halo. I am actually going to use a matte color for my brow highlight, which is not something that I typically do. But because of this, it is what I'm going to do. So I am just quickly going to grab a matte, more of a whitish color. And it is called Tempura. So First one, right here, tempora. And then, of course, I'm just going to tap that off. And I am just going to run it right underneath my brow, just like that. You're barely going to see it right now, but it will be more noticeable once we do the colors. So again, just right underneath my brow. And then down just a little bit. And then that way, when I start blending, Boca, please, when I start blending, then I don't have to worry about that as much. All right, so going to go ahead and grab my transition shade for this. And I'm actually going to go with, let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with okay. You know, I think I'm actually going to start with, this is going to be a different look for me. I'm going to start with Bon Fresco. I'd love to show it to you, but I can't. It's almost gone. It's right there. And it's just a really pretty taupe with a lavender undertone to it. Excuse me. Boca. Boca. Come here. Thank you. Please stop. Okay, so again, you want to hold your brush at the end, just like you would. Sorry, guys. Just like you would a. Wait a minute. Who said they got something off of eBay? Before I knew there were fake palettes, I saved up and bought the peach eye palette off eBay for 25 bucks and thought I got a bargain. I was so upset that it was fake. Please do not ever buy makeup from eBay or Wish or any of those other things. You guys, if it's that inexpensive, it's fake. Period. It's so dangerous, you guys, because they can put anything. There are no standards over there. Oh god. Okay, so I've got my Bon Fresco on there. Of course, going to tap it off, and I'm going to start by laying my transition. And like I said, you always want to first place your brush, no matter what you're doing, or even your foundation. It doesn't matter what makeup you're applying. You want to put it down in the spot where you want the most pigment, because it is automatically going to place that pigment there first and more. So this year's trend has actually changed, and I'm kind of glad. Instead of the very sharp cat eye, it is now a more rounded effect on the outside, which I enjoy, because that is a good look for my eye shape. So I'm excited about that trend. And this year's Pantone color of the year is a beautiful lavender color, which also makes me happy because I love purple. So I just grabbed more of that Bon Fresco, I'm going to tap it off, and I'm just going to continue to build this up. And I take it up very far because I have very hooded eyes. So to create a look as if I have more real estate here, because I do not, and it's hard for you guys to see because I'm actually looking down. But when I actually look straight ahead, I mean, you can't see any of the lid space at all. So I have like legit hooded eyes. So when I go like this, it looks like I have a lot more real estate here, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to take a little bit more Bon Fresco, build that up one more time. And again, out here on the side, I'm doing circles. And I know it looks choppy on the computer because it's like it freezes a little bit. But in person, it's actually, when I'm blending, it's very smooth. I'm not being choppy at all. I'm doing windshield wiper motions and then circular motions right out here at the end to create that rounded look. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the other eye. And again, taking it up pretty far because I want to create the appearance of more lid space, more real estate space on my lids in order to create this cut crease halo look that we're going for here. So kind of like a circular right here on the outside. Can you guys see that okay? My eye is totally being weird, dude. Like I see a lightning strike right in the corner. If you close your eyes, close one eye at a time and see which one it's happening in, because that sounds like you're getting a migraine. Close one eye at a time, see if it's different. Um Simply, you were giving me life because you were holding it in the right position, because you do want to always hold your brushes out like this, and I see so many people holding them like this and going at it, and it's cringy to me. So when I saw you holding it out, I was like, ah, she's after my heart. It's perfection. Um so hopefully you guys can see this okay. And Katie, it is your left eye. Um take Tylenol and take ibuprofen and drink a Mountain Dew or something with a lot of caffeine in it, and lay down somewhere dark and hope that you head this off, because typically with the migraine, once those lights actually go away, you get an incredible amount of pain. So right now, while you're having those lights, you want to medicate big time. So you can take 1,000, actually you could take 1,500 milligrams of Tylenol and 800 milligrams of um, ibuprofen. And like I said, drink a Mountain Dew or two, something with a lot of caffeine in it. Lay down, cover your eyes, and I'll pray for you. You can give me a call later if it's not helping. And I know this is going to sound weird and everybody's going to be like, oh, that's not a good idea, but smoke a lot. Smoke a couple cigarettes, because when that's a vasoconstrictor, and that is exactly what you actually want. So smoke a few cigarettes in a row to try and constrict it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I create um, the false lid. So just I'm going to finish this up right here. Okay, so now I've got my transition color down, and the next I'm gonna, you always want to keep um love she say you go above the crease, and it works for me, girl. I have a whole new eye. Oh, I'm so happy, Simply Beautiful. I'm so glad that worked for you. Yeah, it really is just about art. It is how you're creating it, and you can create anything with your eye look. You can make your eye shape be anything that you want. There's actually more benefits to smoking. Do you know that people that smoke do not get Parkinson's? However, the very moment that you stop smoking, your risk for Parkinson's goes up to that of anybody that's never smoked in their life. Just a little FYI. Smoking's bad, though. We all know that. But for migraines, it does help. All right. So next, if I remember right now, I wish I knew where my phone was at. I'm kind of, when you see me looking down, it's because I'm using the Modern Renaissance and also some of my Makeup Geek and ColourPop singles. So that's what you see me looking down at. So I am going to now let me grab a smaller brush. Again, keeping that same brush out though, because we're always going to go back to that to do our blending, right? So now I'm going to take my Wayne Goss brush. Looks like this. It's very small. And again, the reason that I use these are because of my hooded eyes. I have so much more control with it. That is exactly why I use these. So now, if I remember right, I think that her eye was quite maroon and very deep on the inside corner. So I am actually going to go in with Venetian red. And let's see what that does. And then I may need to add some red ochre in there at the top. But we're going to see what this does first, and we'll go from there. So now this is how I'm going to create that eye shape. So because this is all the lid space I have, I want this to be my lid so that when my eyes open, you're going to be able to see all of this hard work that I've put into it. Randy's eyes are big without her glasses, and she's really self-conscious. Shouldn't be subconscious. Big eyes are beautiful too. People with small eyes wish they had big eyes. People with big eyes wish they had small eyes. People with blonde hair wish they had dark hair. People with dark hair wish they had blonde hair. Just be satisfied with who you are. God does not make mistakes, and however He made you, be happy with yourself. I promise you, every single day, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am completely happy with myself every single day. Say it every single day, 1,000 times a day until you believe it. Just make yourself believe it because it's the truth. Is the video out or is it just me? Oh no. Is this not working, you guys? Can you not see me? Bye, Kit Kat. Okay. You can absolutely, Christy, you can absolutely create the illusion of big eyes. That's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm going to stop looking at the chat, you guys, and just really get into this. So I won't be talking because I'm going to be concentrating. So I did put the Venetian red, and I decided to go ahead and mix a little bit of red ochre in with it just to start with. And I'm going to start right up here, pretty high up, and I'm barely touching it right now. I'm going to bring it right over here and do my small circles because, like I said, the new trend now is more of a round, elongated, like this, rather than that very harsh cat eye, like that very harsh wing. And I'm going to bring this all the way in to my corner here because we're actually going to be doing like a sandwich, like the halo. So I'm going to have the darkest color here, here, and then right up here. And I'm leaving this blank for a brighter color. So I'm going to put a little bit more on. I am mixing the Venetian red with the red ochre right now. And again, I'm going to start out here on the corner, the outside corner, with circular motions to lay down the most pigment. And then once I've used a lot of the pigment, I'm going to bring it up. And then back down in. Right in the corner here, doing the same thing. And really blending that out. But as you can see, these colors, they just blend like a dream come true. So I'm going to go back, of course, and grab the original brush that I have with just a little bit more Bonfresco on there, but still always tapping it off. And I'm going to go right above what I just did because I don't like harsh lines. I'm going to actually do this side too, just to be ready. So do you see how just doing that gave that nice fade there? All right, now, before I do, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other side. Again, starting right out here. I hope you guys can see me. Starting right out here in the corner, bringing it just out a little bit, and then we're going to bring it up. And again, I utilize my entire lid space. I don't have a lot of mobile lid space, but I do have a lot between my eyebrow and here. So I take it way, way, way up and utilize that completely. That way I can create that fake crease. And don't worry about like making mistakes. Like I've got it into my corners here on the inside, and that's totally fine because I would much rather um, have it too much in here and be able to clean it up later than not have it enough there and then it looks wonky. So quickly gonna take my blending brush right at the top, just run it along, just like that. And now I'm gonna keep with this brush, but this time I'm just gonna go for the Venetian red. Tap it off. And I'm going to do almost exactly what I did, only I'm bringing it just a smidge lower. More with the Venetian red. Again, starting in that outside, and then just a little bit lower here. I want to make sure that I really get right here in this inner corner as well. Okay, I'm going to step back and look and see. Yes, so those look pretty even. This side looks a little bit darker than this, so I'm just going to pick up just a smidge more and just work that into that outer, what I'm now going to call an outer O instead of like the outer V and outer C, because now that shape has changed and we don't want it to be so sharp. So kind of like an O is what you want. Okay. And then I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to grab one more of the small Wayne Goss brushes. And this one is actually a little bit more pointy. So it's going to, it appears like it's a bigger brush, but it's actually just a little bit more pointy. Well, I guess you can tell that it's smaller actually. Just going to wipe that off. And I'm going to take Love Letter, which is a little bit more of a pink, a true pink color. And I'm just going to kind of go over what I just did. And I'm only doing that because I really do want it to look a little bit more pinkish. And I think it was looking a little bit more dark right here. So I'm just quickly grabbing it. And this is exactly why I say makeup is an art. You're just, you just do. If you think it's lacking something, then you add it. Okay. And when you're doing this, so if you were to look at this right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this is screwed up. But it'll all come together. It does make your eyes look so much better. I mean, so much bigger. Exactly, Cheshire. It does. It really, really opens them up. So as you can see, it looks much bigger than what I have. One thing that I'm definitely noticing when you're doing it, look straight ahead and see, make sure that you can see the colors when you're looking straight ahead, because you don't walk around like this all day and you put all the effort into it. So you want to be able to see it. So one thing to do is to keep your eye open. And if you see, so if my eye's open, I'm going to go right here. And that's where I'm going to put a little bit extra. Shoot. Sorry, you guys. I got to get into being able to not cover that up. But that's what I did. I'm just looking straight ahead without closing your eyes. And that will ensure, so once again, right there, and then just blend it just like you normally would. But it ensures that all that hard work you put into it is going to actually show when your eyes aren't closed. Okay, quickly, I'm going to go back to my original blending brush. And I just want to go right along the top here and blend that out a little bit. Okay. So now we have this space in the middle. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I really want to darken that up a little bit. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Cypress Umber, which is a really pretty dark chestnut color. Really gonna tap that off, and I'm gonna just, you're gonna see me, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it like this. I'm dabbing it on there. Like I'm really placing it right specific to that area. And then I'm gonna blend it just a smidge. Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the inner corner. So just dabbing it on there. And then blending it just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Yeah. Right, just right here on this outside corner, just to deepen that up a little bit. And what this is going to do is really make what we're going in to do next, which is the halo. It's going to make that pop out so much more. So I'm going to go right onto the inside here. This eye, same thing, just popping it in there. And then once there's almost nothing on the brush, just quickly running it over there. We are going to blend this out again with the Venetian red. So if you feel like you put it on too dark, don't worry about it. Everything can always be worked out. I remember one day Katie called me and she was like, thanks for not answering your phone. And now my eye look is completely ruined because you didn't answer me. And I talked to her and she told me what the problem was. And I told her how to fix it. And typically, if you think you have messed up, all you need to do is grab a color that's a shade or two lighter, and you can just clean it totally up. So if you were to look at this right now, you'd be like, oh, that is not going to come together. But I promise you it will. Don't give up and just start over. Katie was frustrated and she was ready to call it quits and just throw the whole look out. And when she did just the couple of things that I suggested that she do to correct it, she loved it. And it was one of her favorite looks. And I remember that night, she got so many compliments on it. And had she not just kept working with it and looking at it as an art, you work with it a little bit more, and then all of a sudden this beautiful creation comes out of what you thought for sure was going to be a mistake. So don't just give up and quit and think that the look is ruined, because you can fix almost anything. Okay, so now that I did put that brown, ow, I just ripped my earring out. Let me just put that to the side. Now that I did do that, I want to go back in with the red. And I just want to make that, oh, I didn't tap it off. See, if you don't tap it off, then you're going to get it falling all over the place. I was always scared, but watching you do it has made it so much easier for me. I'm so glad to hear that. Punky, the more you add, that is a big, you're right, that it'll look more muddy. But no, like I said, if you add a lighter color, if you've gone too dark and you add a lighter color to blend, you are not going to get a muddied look. It's not going to happen. So I'm just doing the same thing to this eye. And I really like that. I like that a lot. I do want to take, again, as always, go back to my original. And I'm going to go right out here and just slightly do those circular motions this time. Just like that. Just to really blend that out and all together. And that really did it too. I mean, that really blended that very, very nicely. you may have heard some lighthearted fun being poked at me, talking about uh 100 shades of gray being put on, or I don't know, whatever it was it said. The fact is, when you are doing makeup, you do want to layer your shadows, because that is absolutely how you are going to get the best look. You are going to have more depth, and it's going to look more blended and just more put together. So more shadows, it's not that you're just packing them on. It is to create that gradient effect. And most of the colors that you use, you're just not even going to see. But because you use them, if you had left them out, you wouldn't get such a look with so much depth. Simply says, I love the burgundy pinkish brown this palette has in it. I don't know. It's just amazing. Yes, I absolutely love it as well. So I'm just doing a little bit of final blending here. I actually grabbed some Real Gar, which is almost an orange. The reason I did that was I just wanted to warm, this is a very cool look, obviously. I just wanted to warm it up just a little bit. And by adding an orange or a warm color like that, you can take a very cool look, so very, very cool tone. But do you see how that instantly just warms that up? One more time, going back into my Bonfresco at the very top. I'm barely touching this now. I am barely touching it. And then I am going to grab my matte highlight color and go back in and clean that up from where I've blended it away. And it'll really start to make the look, really start to clean it up. No, you're not going to ruin it. You don't. My husband always says the opposite, or the enemy of good is better. And I think that's so funny. But with eyeshadows, if you feel like you've gone too far and the color's too dark, all you have to do is go a shade or two lighter and just go right back over top of it. Miss Beffy, yes, it is. It's great. But I am just so glad to kind of see this whole trend going out with the extreme wing liner. I'm happy about that. About that leaving for sure, because man, I've just had enough. I am just going to take a clean blending brush. Let me make sure that it's clean as I say that. So just a clean blending brush, and I just want to go right here. Not all the way to the top, but just right here in this area to kind of blend that and lighten it up just a smidge. So I'm not even putting any color on it whatsoever. I'm just using a clean blending brush. Yeah, I really like that. So that is, I really am enjoying this look. Okay, now we want to do the pop of color. Actually, I just really want to put more of that pink. I just really am loving that pink color. And I think that the pink got a little bit lost in transition. So I'm just going to put a little bit more pink right there. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Yeah. Okay. Very, very good. Okay. So now let's go ahead and do the inside. And to create the halo, Obviously, you see where I left this part blank, but I'm going to be covering more of that. And now, I was just talking to Katie about this earlier, about MAC Fix Plus and what it's used for. Where is my MAC 242 brush? Okay, so you want to take a synthetic brush. This is one by MAC. And anytime I'm doing a highlight or a pop of color, or I'm going to use a shimmer shade or something like that, it doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter how great it is. I even do it with my Natasha Denona and my Pat McGrath, which they are not, excuse me, there's no shortage of payout for color-wise with them, but I still want more. So what I do is take one of these synthetic brushes from MAC or whatever, but synthetic are going to have like, typically they're going to have like yellow or orange or even white bristles. And you want to put it into the color first. And I think we will use, excuse me, it's hard to see with that light behind me. It's hard for me to actually see. Yes, Miss Bethy, they are. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have all of them but one of the Pat McGrath. I do have all the Natasha Denonas, and they're phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I am going to use, oh my gosh, this is so used up. Okay, I'm going to use Vermeer. So I'm going to take my synthetic brush, and I'm going to load that up. And then I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so I've got it on this side. And, well, now which side did I do it on? Dummy. Okay, I'm just going to do just a spritz or two, okay? You don't need a lot. And then I'm going to take it, and I'm going to press that right where I want this halo to be. And now, remember, I don't have a lot of lid space. So this is where I'm going to create it. So you just want to bounce it right in there, right in the middle, to create that halo. And I'm going higher. And when I open my eye, I want to make sure I can see it. So I'm bringing it up just a smidge higher than what I actually have. And as you can see, it really pops. And that's completely okay. We're going to blend that out. But before I even blend it, I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. So I'm just going to take it and use the other side of my brush. Again, hit it with a little Fix Plus. And then pounce it right in the middle of this eye. How can you see me? There we go. Whoa, sorry, guys. And I'm just going to do, this is called a halo. So it's where you sandwich darker colors on both sides. And the middle is that very, very, very bright pop of color. And this is one of the looks that you are going to see all year long. This is really, really coming back even more this year than last year. So I'm going to do that one more time. And the reason I am, because it's obviously very bright. You can see that. It's very, very bright. But when I do my blending, I'm going to lose some of it. Vi's art is absolutely fantastic too, you guys. Yes. Hi, Metallic T-Rex. How are you? Meet Fisher Girl. Ooh, you fish. I love fishing. Thank you guys for being here. So I'm just going to go back over this and brighten it up even more. And then our last step will be just to blend it into the sides so that it's not, because even though we want it to be a halo and we really do want that pop of color, I still can't deal with harsh lines. I still need things to meld together. So now that I have not much left on my brush, I'm just going to take it to the sides here and just go right above, all the way around it, just like that. And blend it together. And then I'm going to do the other side. So if you see, I'm actually taking the end of my brush to do this, and I'm just taking it, and I'm just tapping. And as you can tell, I'm keeping my eyes open so that I can see exactly where I want that to go. Okay, that is where we're at so far, guys. So then I'm just going to take my very small Wayne Goss brush, which is the one that I've been using, and I'm just going to pick up more of that Venetian red. And tap off the excess. And all I'm doing now is blending. So I'm just going to tap. Go up and around. And when I mean around, I mean up. Way up here. Just to make sure there's no funny edges. And then again, bouncing it on the inside here. Like that. So now when I look at you, you can still see it. And it's dark on the inside, dark on the outside, but it blends together. So I'm going to do that with the other eye. Just to blend. And anytime you're doing a look like this, especially with hooded eyes, you want to make sure that you are often looking at yourself with your eye open so that you know exactly what that's going to look like placement-wise when your eyes are open. That is just very, very important for people with hooded eyes. Love it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this that much, but I actually do. Now, if I were going to go out, I remember in hers, she actually had the sides very, 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 very dark, but it's daytime, so I don't really want to go any darker than I have with this, and I love the way that it's blended. I think that that looks nice, so we're gonna let that be. Right now, Crystal Johnson, I'd sell my soul for some of the Wayne Goss's brushes. They are absolutely fantastic. Simply beautiful. Thank you for the advice. I love the way your lids look. Thank you so much. Meet me, fish girl. Different. Yes, different. 97. Dawn, is that you? Yes, flat synthetic brushes are the absolute best to pack on any shimmers or anything like that. Okay, girl, sorry. I won't say anything else. I couldn't remember if that was or not. So look at that, guys. Somebody that really knows me personally. Because everybody says that there's nobody that knows me personally. And she most certainly does. What about 7 years now, I think? So anyway, now, of course, we will do something to the under eye, right? But I want to go ahead and move on to my complexion instead. So real quick, I'm going to just do, like I told you, we were going to do some cleanup. Taylor says hi. She's watching. Hi, Taylor. Thank you so much for watching. How was that McDonald's drink this morning? Got a good mom there. Drive you to McDonald's and get it. Well, I mean, let's just face it. McDonald's Cokes are pretty dang good. Kiz says, I do know Mandy. She's a great friend. What you see is what you get. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. This internet can be a funny thing. Actually, when my friend found me on here by accident, one of the things that she said to me is, "My gosh, that beauty community is harsh." Like, yes, it is cutthroat. That is for sure. But I have a great group of um, ladies and men that follow me here, and I just appreciate that. So, um, anyway, yeah, I am a real person. Yes, what you see is what you get. I am the same here as I am in person. So, so I've cleaned that up right now. Um, I was really hoping I could get rid of some of this glitter, y'all, but it's not going to happen. Rookie mistake. What was I thinking, right? Um, we're going to come back and we're going to do the underneath. But as you guys know, I like to do, um, I like to go ahead and work with my complexion next. So that's what we're going to do. And then we'll finish up with the under eye part. Hi, Uber. I love you too. See, if you had your face already done, you wouldn't be able to clean up. Exactly. And that's why I really do enjoy doing my eyes first. I know that some people do it the complete opposite way, and that's completely fine. It's just something that, hey, Skeeter, everything is going great. Thank you. Take care. Glad you're feeling better. So I will be coming back to do my under eye, but yes, if I had already done that, then I would have just wiped all of that away, right? So this is why I like to do it this way. I'm actually gonna pull my hair back a little bit more now that we are doing complexion. That looks ridiculous. Let me get rid of this one random earring. Okay, so we will come back and finish the under eyes up and do a little bit of touch up in a second. And I am going to show you how I do my complexion. Let me move this stuff to the side. Oh, I'm going to get a drink. My daughter is always saying, Mom, eyes first. I just find it easier. I really do. Never thought to do my eyes first. Yeah, I just find it much easier that way that you can just wipe it off and then there's no fallout. If anything, if there's any goof ups. And like I said, you can really get into the corners if you're doing that and you're not wiping it all off. Melanie says, hi, Mandy. What is the name of the lid color? I used the Modern Renaissance. And the colors that I used were Bon Fresco as my transition. I used Veneer as the pop of color in the middle. I used Love Letter, Venetian Red, Red Ochre, and Cypress Umber here and in my crease, and a little bit of Real Gar to warm it up some. I will never do my foundation again. That's just such a smart tip. Well, thank you, Metallic. That's just fantastic. Do you have tips for me now that my eyebrows and eyelashes are gone? Are you in radiation or chemo, Tammy Sue? Is that what you're asking? Hi, Nick Snyder. How are you? I've always loved makeup, but even more since I have gained so much weight. I at least want my face to look good. Michelle, you are absolutely gorgeous anyway, 100%. You are in both. I mean, you could obviously do fake lashes, which I'm going to be putting on here in a second. And I will be doing a full tutorial on how to do eyebrows. I am doing well. Thank you. But just real quick, I'm just going to give you a real quick lesson on how to do eyebrows. If you take, I personally like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz because it's super, super small. And that's because I have like legit no eyebrows. So I like that. What you do is just take it, and this is how you guide. So you want to take it right to the corner of your nose, right where your nostril's at, okay? And you go straight up. That is where your eyebrow should start. Okay? Then you leave it here at the corner of your nose, but you just move it right like this, and you want to go right through the middle of your pupil, okay? And then you would make a dot right there because that's where your arch should be. Okay? Love you too, Michelle. And then once again, take it to the side. And this time, you're going to bring it all the way out to the corner of your eye. So right there. And you would make a dot, and that's where your eyebrow should end. From there, all you do is color in the lines. Does that help, Tammy Sue? Yes, I do. Kiz. It's so weird calling you Kiz. Yes, I do. I actually have the Air Flash. I use it quite a bit. Um, it's a great foundation, especially here with all of our humidity that we have here. I really, really enjoy it. I typically don't showcase it on here just because of how expensive it is. I catch some slack for that, but yeah, it is really, really great. I love it. Oh my, I definitely need eyebrow tutorial. I have 0 eyebrows and no 2 days the same. Yes, I understand that. Eyebrows are the bane of my existence. Miss Bethy uses brow was too. You had chemo and eyebrow tails didn't grow back. Yes, and so if you use that pattern, it'll work every time for your face, which is what's important because the way one person's eyebrows are completely different than everybody else's. So, but that is one way to do it, or that's the only way to do it, that will guarantee that your eyebrows are going to match your face specifically. Okay. So now that we've finished that, let me go ahead and as I told you guys, I personally like to use the Morphe sponge. That's funny, Nick. Um, Tammy, you're cracking me up. That's so funny. Yeah, the Precisely Brow, that's actually very good too, Simply. What is my thoughts on airbrush makeup? I personally don't do it on clients. I have a couple other girlfriends that are makeup artists, but they're also cosmetologists, which I'm not. I hate hair. Don't want to. I hate touching my hair, but I definitely would never want to be touching someone else's. That would just completely oog me out. So what? Oh, she does airbrush all the time. I don't know. I like the process of doing this. And I think I have more control over the coverage and not making it look so blanket. Um, I I like a full coverage foundation, but I don't mind my freckles showing through or a wrinkle, here or there, which dude, I need Botox, but I am getting Botox and I will let you guys see all that and um, see how that works and stuff like that. So that's going to be something that I videotape as well. I do not look at people that close in public except cakey foundation. Yeah, yeah, I know. I really do notice all of those things too, for sure. Um, you're gonna order the air flash, yeah. The order one shade darker than you think I'm sorry, order one shade lighter than you think you would need because it tends to oxidize just a little bit. If it's still a little bit too light, you can always use a bronzer to darken it up. But I would go one shade lighter than what you think that you would need just because it is going to oxidize just a little bit. Okay, let's do this. I'm like chatty Cathy over here. Sorry guys. Okay, so I like the Morphe sponge. This is my personal favorite. I also like the Beauty Blender, but this one is less expensive and I go through these things like crazy with my clients and I just really like this one a lot. So again, this is by Morphe. Okay, so I already have my primer on like you guys know, and I am going to start with my, what the heck? Let me go ahead and grab, I use the YSL All Hours foundation, and I never use just one color. I am always mixing, and I almost never use what's the Anastasia Diamond Glow powder for? Oh, are you talking about the highlighter, Katie? This is great, especially for oily people like me. It's the all hours. The stuff lasts forever. So, so, so good. But I do like to mix it in with my Makeup Forever HD stick. I really enjoy this one as well. So you will see me all the time mixing things together, which is what I'm going to do right now. And I use this little metal palette. After I use it, I just put it into the dishwasher, let it run through there. Oh, it was in BoxyCharm? Comes in a little pod that I sent you. I'd have to look at it, sweetie, to know. If you send me a picture later and I'll let you know. I start with a little amount, so I'm just going to put like a pump and a half of one color and then just another like one pump of the lighter color because I know that I am pretty tan being out all the time in the sun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Diamond Dust is the highlighter, sweetie. But without me 100% seeing it, I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my foundation stick. This is my personal one, not from my kit, although I do have several of these in my kit. And when I show you that, I'll show you how I sanitize everything. But for me, I don't have to. Now, again, just like with everything else, when you put yes, a horrible meme. That's funny. On your 11 lines. Yeah, Melanie, it's funny. I've been getting Botox for a while. And from the very first time when I had my 11s done, I only had a 1 come back. It's the weirdest thing. And now because I have had it done for so long, a lot of my wrinkles just don't come back at all. The muscles are relaxed that they don't come back. So that's the one good thing about getting Botox. The more you get it, the less that you're going to need it in the future. Next, I need to figure out which bronzer to warm up my YSL Toge Clot foundation. It was the perfect match, but then stupid here went to Vegas and got a tan. I will tell you 100% my absolute favorite bronzer ever used in my whole life is this Marc Jacobs. And I think it's called Tantastic. Is that right? It's a 104 Tantastic. It is perfection. It does not have an orange undertone to it, not terracotta. It is a beautiful bronze glow color. It is fantastic, Nick. Check it out. I'm telling you, you would love it. Doesn't matter what your skin tone is. Just go light on it and then darken it up as which I'll be doing here in a second. But that is a fantastic, best bronzer I've ever used. Okay, so like I said before, the thing that you want to do is wherever you lay it first, it's where you're going to get the most coverage. For me personally, I need the most coverage right here in this area because that's where my pores are large and that's where I need the most coverage. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to do that. So I put 2 stripes and then on my forehead, 2 stripes like that. Just a little bit on my nose there, here. And then for my neck, 3. And I do that because I cannot stand. You're very welcome, Nick. I can't stand to have that line, man. That has bothered me since I was, I don't know, a birth probably. That is something I've always noticed. I can't stand it. So now what I'm going to do is take my YSL and I'm just going to go ahead and bounce I'm going to call it a beauty blender. I'm not exactly sure what Morphe calls theirs, their beauty sponge or whatever. And then I'm just going to quickly start bouncing this. While you don't mess with your brow, like the wax, I can only imagine what people would think, especially my own thoughts. That's funny. I'm really excited. I was glad that this person contacted me on Instagram, and I am really looking forward to it. Since high school, I cannot stand the lines, laugh out loud. I always want to go rub it in for them. Simply, yeah. It I always wonder, like, the first thing I think is, do they have no friends? Because truly, I would never let my friends walk around like that. Never, never. And when I see somebody like that, I'm like, do they really have absolutely no one in their life that would say to them, hey, that's a bad look? I have neck tattoo. Cherry Cherry says, I have neck tattoos each side, so I only have to blend the front. Yes, absolutely. That's like Leanne, Kristen Leanne. She has the really pretty neck tattoo as well. And everything blends into that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it has fantastic coverage. So as you see, you saw how much I put on it. I did not use a lot. And of course, with um, anytime you're using a beauty blender, it sucks up the excess product. So even more, what I put on, a lot of it was taken back off. So no, I do not use a lot of foundation. You do not need to literally cover your entire face and just like paint it and cake it on. Um, I mean, hey, if that's your thing and that's what you want to do, then you go right ahead. I personally don't mind if a little bit of my skin shows through. I don't hate my freckles or any of that. So um no, simply it wasn't a lot at all. I don't you nobody has to use a lot. Those two foundations, phenomenal for coverage. And you need very, very little. And man, do they last a long, long time. What foundation is that? I actually used a combination of the YSL All Hours foundation and the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick. Got it? Would you consider putting a product list in the description after the stream? Yes, if Katie or somebody can tell me how to do that, I absolutely will. Definitely. Okay, I just want to real quickly look here and make sure I've got this all blended in, which I think that I do, but I'm always like super paranoid about right by my nose, so I really want to get that part because that's something else I can't stand to see. And if you are a person that tends to crease a lot under your eyes, if you find that you are a creasy person, not greasy, creasy right here underneath like that, don't put foundation there. Don't put any more product anywhere than what you need. So if you tend to crease underneath your eyes, don't put foundation there because you're going to use concealer. So I take the other end, which is almost dry, and I bounce under it like that. Oh, Nick, you know it's going to be a dream. It better be a dream come true because the Shape Tape is so amazing. So I don't know. I'm so looking forward to it, and I really hope it's the same formula. But you know how that can be sometimes. What foundation is good for dry skin? Anything that is going to be hydrating or says illuminating, basically anything that we would want to, as oily girls, would want to stay away from. You guys would want to go for that. Um, Hold on a second. I've got it in the top. Give me Giorgio Armani has a fantastic one. And if you're going drugstore, I have heard that the L'Oreal, I've only used it as a mixer because I will buy very expensive foundations because they have skincare in it. To me, it's worth the money to do that, to buy an expensive foundation that has good skincare in it. And then what I'll do is buy a drugstore, a couple of drugstores foundations that are like 2 shades darker, 2 shades lighter. That way in my kit, I can mix those in and make basically any color that I want. That's what I like to do. And the one that I've used is the L'Oreal. And on my really dry people, I will use the Pro Glow. And then on my very oily people, I will use the matte. But it is the L'Oreal Pro Glow. They have a really good foundation. I have heard others swear by the Wet n Wild, but I'm gonna say that that's probably not. I know that Milani also has a really good one too. just higher since I hate forehead lines. I purposely don't lift my eyebrows so that the lines don't get worse. And I'm the actual opposite. I am forever raising my eyebrows because I, again, want my eyes to look bigger. And it's just habit for me to do it. Melanie says, I love the Chanel foundation. I know it's expensive, but it works great on my oily skin. The Perfection Lumiere, that is not spelled right. No, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, that's just it. Things are expensive for sure, but foundations will last you a very, very long time. If you are not taking a spoon and slathering it all over your face, it's going to last you a long time. You saw how little I used, and look at the coverage, and I'll come up. I mean, I don't care. I'm not embarrassed of my skin. So you can see close up. So see, you can still see my freckles. See my freckles. But the coverage is pretty good. So that's all that I need. So if you're gonna spend money on foundation, you might as well spend one that has hey Rebecca, you might as well spend one that has skincare in it, because if you're going to be putting it on, why not get a 2-for-1, right? So next, before this dries, I want to grab my Shape Tape, and I will show you how I use this. So I have 2 different colors. Ladies and gents, cakey is not a good look. Correct. The Wet n Wild foundation can be all right if you are not putting it on like some people do, like paint, just saying, but the smell is bad. Yes, I do not enjoy the smell. And also anything that has like that stick that's in it, and you don't put that on your face and put it back in there, because no matter how clean your face is, there's still bacteria. And you take that and you put it into that bottle, you're breeding bacteria, and that's going to cause breakouts. And I don't care. I don't care who you are. It's going to cause breakouts. Okay, so moving on to the Shape Tape. I'm going to show you how I do my concealer. Now, I don't have dark circles per se. People that have like the really bad dark circles, it just means that their skin is really thin. So you're just seeing the veins under there. People think that it's because of lack of sleep, and it's almost always genetic. If you have bags, that could be, from sleep, stress, stuff like that. But at any rate, I take the concealer, and you will see some people go ham. I don't. So I'm going to bring it up right over here to the side. I do like to do that. And then because I want to lift it up, this is when I'll actually take what's already on there. I bring it down right here and up and create that small triangle. So again, right up in here, I just first like to just put little dots so that I don't go crazy. And then I just take those dots and bring it down and out. And then I want to use it right down the middle of my nose. Right here, here, right underneath here for when I do my contour. And then again, right here in the middle. And all this does is make sure that you're really evening that out. So if you're doing this, then you don't need to put foundation first under your eyes. You can just totally avoid that area because you're going to be using the concealer. So why put 2 products when you don't need it? The more layers, the more cakey. So I just don't do it. And now I'm just going to blend this in. And the reason I take it up onto my forehead like that is that it gives that nice highlighted to the center of your face. And it just makes everything come together a little bit better. And then I'm going to blend my under eye. I really do love this blender so much. Even though it's less expensive than the Beauty Blender, I think it should be more. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm glad that it is cheaper, but I just find it is so much better. I mean, it's so quick. I can just blend things out so quickly, and crud. I'll have to show you how to fix that. Okay, but like you can just get so close, and it doesn't feel like I'm spending 100 years blending everything out. It just does it for you. And anytime I have a product that helps me to blend things or make my job faster, I love it. Oh, you're gonna get it this week? You love the results? Yeah, it really does, and if you look, I mean, I'm pretty close to you all, so this is pretty up close and personal and real. You can't believe how suddenly I have a glow from that step. Yeah, it really does. It creates a whole new look. And then for contour, I use Shape Tape again, 2 shades darker than my normal shape. And when you contour, you want to start from the tippy top of your ear, okay? And you want to bring it just to about here. If you bring it down further, you are going to look like you have a mustache. So don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to bring it to right there, okay? Same thing on this side. Right at the top of my ear and right there. The entire purpose of contour is to make you appear that it's lifted. If you bring it down, it does the total opposite. I've been using the Clarisonic and I love it, but I also love a good blender too. Yeah, I just absolutely love that one. Oh, good. Now I can see what Shape Tape is. Yes. Um, and then when I'm going to contour my jawline, I'm going to start right here. Bring it around. I'm just kind of looking to make sure nothing looks wonky. And then a little bit under my lip, and I'm actually just going to blend that one right out with my finger. I am using the Morphe Beauty Blender. Okay. I don't contour my forehead. I don't have a big forehead. And again, I don't think that there's any need to put makeup in a place that you don't need it. So again, just quickly going to grab my Morphe blender. And the first place that I like to do it is right here underneath, because you do not want that to set and not be blended out well. My Beauty Blender is getting a little dry, so I'm just going to quickly take a little bit of the Max Plus and put it on there just to give it a little bit, make it a little bit damper. There we go. So just real quickly, same thing with here. Okay, when you're blending out your contour underneath, you go down to blend this one out, okay? But when you're doing this part right here, you actually blend up. So you take it. Oh. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm going to have to answer that because I think that's the person that's painting. I'll be right there. Yeah, we just had new doors put in, and he's going to paint it, the outside. I'm so glad he decided to come right now. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. I will be right back, okay? Calm down, Sandra. Calm down. Calm down. Look up. Shush it. Okay, I see you turning circles. Get back, Sandy. Hi. Hello. So do you know what he tell you exactly what to do? I think so. Yeah, and do sorry. Okay. Do this part? Yeah. Right there. Right. So just that, but yeah. The rest comes off. Okay. And you're not painting today, right? The door. Yeah. So is that what this is? Get back. Or is this the trim paint? Talking to him, I think that's the door paint. Too much loss. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
That's all you need from me, right?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey guys, he was a little bit weird. Just a little bit on the weird side. Oh, good. Hey, sorry about that, you guys. Which Morphe sponge? The one that I use is, I don't know what the actual name of it is, but if you see it, it looks just like this. So it's kind of like pointy at the top, and then it's a very flat bottom, and then it has like that cute little waist. Oh, this is gonna go on forever now because this guy's out there doing this. And okay, so now I've blended all that in. I have all my contour, all that stuff is done. It's called that because it mimics the drag queen look of pulling your face. Maybe, oh yeah, that's why it's called Shape Take. Exactly, because it is so dramatic and it works so well. I mean, you can see exactly. I mean, what it looks like it's created there, and that's why they call it the Shape Take. So, like Nick was saying, I sure do hope. I sure do hope that the foundation that they're coming out with isn't disappointing. I'm really, really excited. Boca, please. Boca. I can tell you guys that's not going to stop the whole time. So if that annoys you, just turn down the volume because I am so sorry. But she just, if somebody's standing right outside my door, she will not stop barking. Will not stop barking. And it actually comes from when I would have my seizures. She barked a lot. Oh, for gosh sake. Sandy! Boca. 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 It's okay. That's my brother screaming at them. But they're not going to stop barking because there's somebody outside. So what can you do? Isn't that what that's their job, right? Aren't they supposed to protect you from anybody? All right. So now that we've got all of the cream products on, we're going to quickly move on to setting everything and going from there. So I use two different setting powders. The one that I use is the Laura Mercier, which is the one that I'm giving away. So I'm just going to take the powder, and I actually like to take my beauty blender and go right underneath. And I know what that looks like, but there is a reason. Oh, stop. Boca, stop. There's a reason that I'm doing it that thick right there. Because I'm going to do the under eyes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I am so, so sorry. Do you see what I was saying about how I try so hard and life happens? Like this morning, I've been trying to go since 8 o'clock. And then now this guy wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow to do it, but he's here doing it now. So there's nothing that I can do about it. You can't, I mean, how much can you yell at your dogs for telling you that there's somebody standing outside your door beating on it? So he's painting. He's not supposed to be here tomorrow, but he's out there painting. And that's why she's losing her mind. Okay. The reason I put so much under there, I'm not baking. I know that this is actually what you would do if you were going to bake, but the reason that I'm doing it is because I'm going to do my under eyes. So because of the colors I'm using, if there's fallout, it'll just brush right away with this extra powder. So that's why I do that. And then I just kind of do go around the places that I get oily, which are right here for me. So I just set it just like that. And then now we are going to go ahead and move on to the under eye. And this is going to be super fast. There's not a lot to this. The first thing that I want to do is this is my Marc Jacobs eyeliner. This is my very favorite one. It just lasts forever. And I'm going to do my tight line, which is the top. I know it's so cringy to watch that. You want to feel it actually hitting your lashes. And as long as you do, then you're doing it right. But if you just look at this eye compared to this eye, you can see that it automatically makes your lashes look like they're more full. And especially if you're going to be putting false lashes on, which I'm going to do today to show you guys how to do it. When you're putting false lashes on, you don't want there to be any skin showing whatsoever because it looks really weird. And this is the only eyeliner that I have ever used that will stay exactly where I put it. And if you notice, it is not transferring. Do you see it at the top here? So you see it there, but it is not transferring to my waterline on the bottom, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want, because actually for my bottom, I want to use Max Costa Riche. Because of my green eyes, I find this to be the prettiest color to complement my eyes. So focus, stop. I know they're there. You've told me. We're good. We're good. You're a good dog. Told me I should. And then I'm gonna use that for my underneath. Oh. And not her fault. He's weird too. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my waterline with the Costa Riche. And it's like a really pretty chestnut. It's a super unique brown color. I just love it. I absolutely love it with my green eyes. I don't use it all the time anymore because I use a lot of other colors, like actual colors to mix in. But man, when I do use it, I'm just like, wow, why did I ever stop using it? You were like my favorite ever. So now I'm going to grab my flat brush, my straight, did I already get it out? I thought yeah, there we go. This, see how it's just flat at the end? And I am going to Miss Bethy, the Marc Jacobs, they are the only ones that I have ever found. Ever. I need to try that. My eyes are hazel, mostly green, but can't use black. It closes my eyes off. I'm not a fan of black either. I find it too harsh for myself. I only use black on the top and then the Costa Riche on the bottom. So I absolutely love that. Is that a pencil? And if so, do you keep it really sharp or really dull? I keep all of my pencils extremely sharp. I sharpen them every single time before I use them. Always. So I'm going to take the Cypress Umber. Right there, the dark brown, and I'm gonna put it on there, tap it off, and I'm gonna push this right up into the lash line to basically set that Costa Riche. It's all right, Boca. So I'm just pushing it right into that lash line just to set that Costa Riche color. I don't have to worry about setting that Marc Jacobs on the top. That's not going to budge, and it will stay there until I take it off. Okay, now that I've got that on there, I'm going to quickly grab my blending brush that I used earlier, the small ones, my Wingoss. What, honey? Right here. I'm going to take, this is my Morphe. I'm going to take my Morphe, and I am going to go in with, let's see. Let's use a little bit of the Real Gar first. And blend right into that. Same on the other eye. Like that. And then I'm going to take that, again, the Venetian red that we've been using. And I'm going to go right underneath of that. Like that. I don't know, like, how to actually show you that. That's kind of a weird thing to be able to show you what I'm doing. Okay, just like that. Woo. Oh, I'm just throwing everything. Hi, everyone. We doing kabuki today? You guys are funny. Okay, so now that I have the bottom done the way that I want it, I'm just going to take a blending brush real quick and just kind of do a once over. Because again, blend until we bleed. We don't want any harsh lines. So anything that I see right now that I feel like I just want a little bit of a cleanup on, which I think it's pretty good. So now we want to brush all that off. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. This is just a Too Faced brush that I use. And I'm just going to flick it right off. So see, now there's no fallout whatsoever. And then I just take whatever's left. Thank you, Miss Bethy. Oh, good, Nana Ann. I'm so glad. Tammy Sue, I've learned more today than I have in 35 years of wearing makeup. Oh, that's so great. Hi, Laura the Check. How are you, sweetie? And as you'll see, I typically press, even when I'm doing setting powder, almost when I'm doing anything, I press rather than doing all kinds of like, well, down here I'll do it because it doesn't matter. But I don't like to move my stuff around. So I typically will go and smush things like this. Simply on a budget. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Mandy. Great tips. And learn more. I'm so glad, Simply. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys saying that kind of stuff. Okay, so I don't need any more powder. You don't want to use more powder than powder that is necessary. So real quickly, I'm going to grab my contour powder now that I use, and I'm going to grab my NARS Ita brush, which is what I use to contour. I bet I put it over here on my, yeah. Just going to grab a little bit. This is the Kevin Aquan in medium, and I'm going to go right where I just did. And lightly, and then flip it up a smidge. So that is that is a contour. Can you guys see how it gives you that natural shape right there, but it doesn't look brown. Lindsay, this has been the best in-depth makeup tutorial. Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like I said, they're not all going to be like this. I am going to start doing some with my camera and recording them that way where, it'll obviously go a whole lot faster. But for my first few, this is the first time that I've done an entire face. I thought, I'm just going to do it this way, unedited. That way I can explain everything. You guys can come in, go in, come back, watch whenever you want. And it doesn't matter. This is, however long it takes you, then whatever tips you get out of it, I try to give as much information as I can. I don't expect anybody to sit here and actually watch an entire video straight through. There we go. I use a little bit under my, and then make sure that you really blend that out because we don't want that to look scary. Just like that. And again, I don't have a big forehead, so I don't feel the need to contour there. You don't contour just to contour. What contour means is to recede. So it's creating a shadow, just making it sit back. Whereas highlighting is actually what I did here, and that means to bring it forward. It's the parts that you want to bring towards you. And then you have an illumination, which everybody calls highlighting, but it's not. It's called illumination. And that is when you use the shiny stuff to really just draw attention to only the high parts. Stormy Moon, hi, Mandy, new to your channel. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Vixen, for welcoming her. I appreciate that. Let us know, sub. I missed it. Yes, people do contour when they don't need it. There's no reason to do anything that you don't need. I know that you have been subbed forever, Simply. I appreciate it. I had so many people that were subbed for almost a year before I finally got the courage to go ahead and make a video. I'm just gonna, again, I don't have a large nose. I have a teeny tiny nose that I love. So I don't feel the need to do a lot of contour. So that right there that's the extent of my contour for my nose. I don't need to do it, so I'm not going to do it. For underneath my eyes, I take my Guerlain. This is the pressed Meteorite powder. It actually comes in a compact, and I think it's like, I don't know, $120 or something like that. I didn't need the compact. I just put a magnet on the back of it, and I put it in my Z palette. And this is like $68. So you save a lot of money by just buying the refill. There's no reason to actually buy the compact unless you want to. I mean, it's pretty and it looks fancy, but I didn't see the need for it. But this stuff is really, really great for under your eyes, especially if you are, in your 40s and 50s, stuff like that. It really hides all of your pores and will give you just a truly flawless finish. And again, I'm putting that on with my now almost completely dry Beauty Blender. Okay, so now once we have all that powdered on, I'm just going to do a quick blend before I do my bronzer. And now I'm going to grab my bronzer, which I was just talking to Nick about. My favorite is this Marc Jacobs. Yes, it does. Thank you, Punky. You are very precious, Mandy. Very authentic and genuine. Thank you so much, Dawn. It does. It smells so good. I love the smell of violets. Okay, so I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs Fantastic now to bronze my face up. And again, you don't want to overdo this. So taking it, and we're going to do this. Just cap it off. And then I'm going to put it where the sun would typically hit you, right? So right here on the tops, here, your nose, chin, and then a little bit on your forehead. Don't, just because you have the makeup, you don't have to be bonkers. And this stuff smells amazing too. It smells like coconut. And then when I'm bronzing my forehead, you don't just bronze in a straight line across that. You're just gonna do right here and right here. And then, like I said, on the cheeks, a little bit on your nose because the sun's going to hit you there. A little bit on your chin. So, kind of right down the middle, right there, right there. And then I definitely do like to use it on my neck to blend that contour even more and to make sure that my neck matches my face. You did, Michelle. Yes. And I finally am, right? And like I said, I'm really going to try and do 2 to 3 times a week and start my series that I'm going to do. And we'll go from there and see how it works out. Like I said, life happens. So when I can, I can. I know one thing for sure is I am no longer going to say what time I am going to go live, because that gets me every single time. You can tell the mistakes that annoy Mandy. I know that's true, right? Rebecca, there's no wrong or right way. If you like it, then do it that way. These are just tips from someone that does this for a living. That's all. I met a lot of you in MFW's chat or R&B chat, and y'all have been so great and so nice. Simply, that's true. I've made some pretty incredible friends. Learned a lot about others, but I'm super excited. I love all you guys. You guys are great. So with this look, with my eyes being so heavy, I really want to go for a more neutral blush. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay palette. Their Amazonian Clay blushes are the best. I use these on all my brides, no exceptions, because they last. And on anybody, I don't care who you are, the very first thing that seems to walk away is your blush. But these will stay on my brides all day long. Vixen, I know. I think I blocked. Yes. And I did. I blocked you in that stream. I'm so sorry. Everybody knows I was temporarily insane for what was it, a whole whopping 2 weeks? I don't know. You would think it was an entire lifetime ago. Seems like. And then for my blush, again, I do a bounce technique rather than, I feel like I can control this. Debbie Foley, I watch you every morning when I put my makeup on. So glad there's a new one. Wow, Debbie, that is such a compliment. Thank you. Dawn, you blocked me too, Mandy. Probably most of us in here. Sorry, you guys. I am sorry. I have paid a big price for all of the apparent evils that I did. I honestly did always try to be kind and not. Thank you, Debbie. I really do appreciate that. That's really, really sweet. That is so crazy that you watch me every morning. I appreciate that. I will try and put more and more videos out. Okay, so now I've got my blush on. I've got all of my powder except for one thing, which is my illuminator, or AKA highlighter. Where is my Anastasia? I'm going to use the Glow Kit if I can find it. The heck? Well, hold up a second, guys. I think I might have. I think I left it over here. Give me just a second, y'all. Yeah, here it is. I found it. I just had it sitting on the side. So I'm going to use the Glow Kit. And this is the new one, the Sugar. And I think I don't really want to go too pink. Actually, I think I'm going to use the one called Starburst. So I'm going to take, this is my favorite highlighting. Meeps Fisher Girl. Bye, ladies. Hubby's day off. Oh, you're going to lunch? That's great. Thank you, Mandy, for sharing your time with us. And thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you stop back, and I appreciate it. So I'm just going to take the Star Burst and dip into it and tapping off the excess. And all I want to do is highlight the very tops like that. And I like to bring it right above my eyebrow right here. So almost like a C. Like that. Do the other one, tap off the excess right here only. And then right above here. I'll love you simply. It'll be here. Yeah, you guys, I don't expect anyone to watch these from start to finish. I mean, that's crazy. But I want to make sure that I do them from start to finish. That way you can always go back to whichever part it is that you're interested in the future. hold on. That was a, she said she had asked a lot. Let me go back to that question. Oh, what did I do? Tammy Sue Davis, sorry in advance if you've already answered, but what is the best foundation and cover-ups for super dry skin, regardless of the price point? I forgive you. You got away from the crazy. I got away from. I don't know. Does it really seem like I got away? Because some pretty outlandish stuff still being said. For super dry skin, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so there's where I've highlighted. I do enjoy highlighting my nose because I like my nose. So just a little bit there, and then I like to do the tip. That is totally optional. A lot of people do not like that. That is just a personal preference. And I'm going to do my Cupid's bow. So that way when you turn, you see it. But when I'm looking at you head on, it's not just everywhere. It's not just everywhere. So because I already have that out there and I know which color that I just used, I'm going to grab another small brush and I'm going to use the same color that I just used to highlight. And I am going to, I'm going to put that right as my inner corner highlight too. And you will see the difference that this truly makes from one eye to the next. So this eye compared to this eye, it opens it up so much. And then, of course, I will be blending that out, obviously. I don't leave anything harsh. Let's tap that off. And then I just bring it just right under here, just a smidge like that. I'm trying to show you. There we go. Just a smidge like that to make it blend together. And then put the highlighter down. Then I'm just going to take a small blending brush. I'm going to make sure it doesn't have anything on it. And I'm just going to blend out that inner corner highlight. What tinted moisturizer is the best? I've gotten away from foundation. I like the Urban Decay One and Done. So there we go. So now I've blended that out. I will be overlining the lip. Yes, that is correct. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I do the fake lashes. I'm using the Violet Voss, and these are in the style. Does this not tell me? It has to tell me what style it is. It's limited edition. Oh, actually, I may not. Yeah, these were limited edition, so it may not tell me the actual name. They may have just been limited, just be called limited edition. So they're really, really pretty, though. Yes, they do make it. Yep, they sure do, and that's my favorite. Be any of you heard of the Ordinary products? They are fabulous. Photograph fluid is immense. The last to know, I love the Ordinary products. I think they have amazing skincare. I don't actually like their foundation or their makeup, but they have some pretty amazing skincare for an incredible price. Okay, guys, so to do eyelashes. The first thing that you want to do is measure it out to see how it's going to sit on your, oh no, I can't do it like that. To see how it's going to sit on your eye. So I'm just going to take it. You can't see. There we go. I'm going to take it. I'm going to set it on my eye like that. Okay. And I know I need to take off quite a bit. You always want to take off from, they say to always take off from the outside. I personally am the exact opposite, because if you see the way these are, they flare out at the end. I like that because of my hooded eyes. So I actually take it off from the inside. And I cut off a pretty good amount. And then what I like to do is just take it and wrap it around my pinky finger. Like that. While I'm doing the other eyelash. So it'll kind of get the shape that you want. For my eyes, lavender, I use the Modern Renaissance. And you want to check and see if your eyes are the same bokeh. If they are the same, I don't know if you'd say length or whatever. Mine, I know are the same. So I know that once I measure it, I don't have to measure the other eyelash. But when you're doing it the very first time, you definitely want to. Bokeh, stop. You definitely want to. So now the next thing that you want to do is when you're putting your eyelashes on, you want to be looking down to apply it. I almost forgot. Hold up. After you get all of your powder and everything on, take your MAC Fix Plus and spray a generous amount, because what this is going to do is actually make all the powder meld into your face so that you don't have that powdery or cakey face look. Bokeh, please stop. Come here. Folks. And I would strongly suggest investing in a little fan like this. I got mine off of Amazon or whatever. Hi, Amy. How are you? Please stop. Miss Bethy, every time I tried false lashes, they never fit my eye. They are never long enough for your eyes. Really? I would look. Violet Voss has some really long ones. And if my dog would stop barking, I could think of the name of my other favorite ones. Miss Bethy, remind me and I will let you know, okay? Man, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's going to drive me absolutely nuts. Bokeh, please stop. Okay, so you want to take your glue, and this one is the velour. Like I said, I tried that Huda eye glue. Boy, I mean, it definitely held them in place, but oh my gosh, I pulled out almost all of my lashes trying to use that stuff. So that is a definite no. Hard pass on that. That was incredible. So I go ahead and I put my glue, and I do a pretty generous amount, especially at the Lily lashes. That's what I was going for, Miss Bethy. Lily Lash. They will absolutely have ones that are long enough for you. Yes, Rebecca, Lily Lashes. I just saw yours. Yes. Please. Okay. And then the secret to fake lashes is let it sit. You have to be patient. You really want those to sit for about 15 to 20 seconds. Also, another thing is, this is what scares me. I would have no lashes left. Not with this. This stuff is really good. Even the Duo is good. I just personally don't use it because it has formaldehyde in it, so I don't. Barbara, hi, Mandy. Sorry, I missed most of the stream. I'll have to catch up later. No problem. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to sit through a 3-hour live stream. That's bonkers. I do it from start to finish so that you can go back, and maybe one of these days I will be smart enough to be able to timestamp it. Maybe I'll try and do that today and timestamp where I do each thing. That way you can go to that area and find it. So, being patient, letting the glue sit for that amount of time, 15 or 20 seconds, whatever it is, and you'll know once you use it. Pucky Bee, I have a ton of lashes I bought from Jordan Liberty at IMATS a few years ago. I try to stock up on everything at IMATS and take advantage. I know. I absolutely want to go to IMATS so bad. And the year that they were going to have it in Tampa, of course, they didn't. So, Don, we love your long live stream. Oh, thank you. But they're going to be coming back, and Prancer, they actually have ones that are not real. I don't use anything that's real mink. All of mine are fake. They have false mink lashes and everything. Almost every brand does. Another really great brand, though, is Ardell. So if, you know, you have, what did I do? Hold on, I'm getting, okay. I gotta get these on before the glue, because if the glue dries too much, then you're also up poop creek. So you want to look down when putting them on. Boca! It's enough! So like I said, you want to be looking down. I hope you guys can see. Oh, you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. You want to be looking down when you put them on. And another thing that I've seen people do, like beauty gurus, and this is something I would never ever do to a client. Don't do it on myself. And then I take these are actually eyelashes. I think I got these from Ulta Beauty. And then I take them and I take my real lashes to these and clamp it as close as I can without hurting myself. But something that I see beauty gurus and people do that I just would not ever do because it makes it so much harder is they curl their lashes before they curl their natural lashes before they put on their fake lashes. And man, that just makes it so hard to get those lashes to get your false lashes to lay down. It's like you have to go up and over. To me, it's a step that's just way, way too hard. Do you glue them to your lid or to your lashes? I glue them as close. I mean, as close, 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 close. Boca! As I can. It's on my lid. It's definitely on my actual eyelid. I don't glue it to the lashes, but I glue it as close as I possibly can. Yikes. All right, now hopefully this one didn't sit too long and the glue isn't completely dry. It probably is. Let me go this way so that you can see. So once again, I'm going to look down. Sandy, that is not even a bark. I don't even know what you're doing, girl. Yeah, so see, it's very, very, very close. Can you see that? And of course the white glue will dry clear. But Boca, please. I'm so sorry, you guys. It is absolutely crazy. Tammy Sue, you just fixed years of frustration with false lashes for me. You're a rock star. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, so just push it on. I really suggest grabbing one of these little tools. They are just so great. And then I just take it and I put them together again. Boca, please stop. She weighs 3 pounds. Like that dog. She weighs 3 pounds. You would think she's a Doberman. It's hilarious. And then this one over here that's, I think your dogs bother you more than they bother us. They're fine. Oh, thank you guys. You're so sweet. She is a cutie. But my Sandy, she is a, come here, Boca. Come here. Ooh, hold on. Her sweater is up over her head. This is my Boca. She thinks she's, look at this. Look, say hi. So that's my Boca. Sandy, come here. Come here. Come here. Sandy can't be bothered with anything. So if she, come here. Come here. Come here, Alicia. Come here, Sandy. No, she's not bothered. Sandy is absolutely adorable. Jackie, hi, no problem. Just catch it anytime. It'll be up. So, Boca. Lord, my poor husband worked in the ER all night long. And between the dogs barking and me screaming, I don't know how he doesn't just get his own place. Tanya Brand, thank you, Mandy. I learned so much when watching you. I've got to go. I hope you and everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Tanya. Just come back and catch the end whenever you get a chance. It'll be here. And like I said, I will try and timestamp it for you guys. Let me see. Let me see if you can see her. There she is. That's my Sandy. Now that is the legit cutest dog I've ever seen in my life. Sandy. 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 What are you doing, Sandy? There she is. Come here. Oh, good job. This. I mean, I know everybody thinks that their dogs are the cutest ever. Seriously, though, is that like not the most adorable, precious little baby? Oh my gosh, that little tongue. I can't. I can't. Yes, I am going to try that, Michelle. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, let me finish my makeup, baby girl. Thank you. All right, so now the lashes are on and they've dried. And that's the other thing. You just want to make sure that you really let them dry before you do anything else. Is that on there? Yes. Okay, and then that's when I curl them after that. So I'm just going to grab this. And I don't like to do like a big dramatic curl, just a little bit. Mostly again, just to like kind of bond them together. So I really am just like a real quick. Just like that. Oh God, that's enough. Okay. And then gonna use my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I know the tongue, isn't she adorable? Okay, and then I just want to use a little bit right where my natural lashes are. Again, if I put mascara on before I do my false lashes, I have a terrible time getting them on. So I don't put mascara on until after I've put it on. Until after I've put my false lashes on. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Oh God, it's enough. Enough. Go nights. Relax. And then I just take it just a little bit to the ends. Just like that. Now, can you see, you guys know how incredibly hooded my lash is. I'm using Violet Voss, and it was the name of them was called limited edition. I don't know. They were sent to me, so I don't know what style they were actually. It just said limited edition. I wish I could be more specific than that. And I'll be more careful about using something that doesn't have an actual name in the future. But when I grabbed them, I didn't notice that. Right here, do you see where I just got mascara there? Leave it. Don't touch it. Let it be. Let it dry. Let it be. For right now, I'm going to focus. Stop it. I'm going to do bottom lashes, and I'm actually using the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. And the reason I have always been a diehard MAC Giga Black for my bottom lashes, but I've been using that Lila Lash, which makes your lashes grow. And my bottom lashes, hi Gabrielle, my bottom lashes are so, they're getting so long that if I use the Giga Black, I look ridiculous. It looks like I have, well, I do. They're so long. It's crazy how much that stuff works. So I switched to the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. And this is very inexpensive. I think this is only like $20 for this. And it's worth it because of the brush being so tiny. And Punky, I don't know if you're still here or not, but please make sure that you DM me your address and actual name so that I can get that mailed out to you in the next couple of days. Okay. So now we're done there. I, of course, like I said, had already done, I'm going to save for a trip to Mandy's just so she can teach me in person. Our tips need to pick up. That's funny, Michelle. Tweety Bird, what was the eyelash grower stuff called? It's called Lilash, Lil Lash, and you can only get it off of eBay, and there's only one licensed distributor, and they're out of New York City, but it'll say on there like official whatever. It is fantastic. It does not, I did use the Revitalash. I didn't care for that. And I wouldn't use the other one because I have green eyes and I didn't want my eye color changing at all. But this stuff absolutely works. Like, I even have my mom using it, and my mom is not like into gimmicky anything. But I'll tell you what, the one thing is, you can't run out of it. You have to keep up on it, because if you run out within a week, your lashes will start to fall out for sure. You don't go to having no lashes, but what it does is it bonds them to the lashes that would normally fall out in the cycle. And if you stop using it, then they're going to fall out. So if you use it, but they really make your they really, really do a great job making your lashes full and longer. Excuse me. I did my brows off camera, which I probably always will do unless it's a brow tutorial. But right now I just want to take some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel, because this stuff is like super glue for your brows. And I'm just going to run it through there, make sure that they are right in place, that they don't move. Yes, Miss Bethy, that's exactly who I heard it from. What's her name? Pixie Woo. Pixie Woo. That's exactly who I heard about it from. And I've been using it for about a year now. It's fantastic. Yeah. I would say, Tammy, because it's still going to cause them to fall out. So there's really no reason for you to, try to get them to grow when they're just going to fall back out. I would just go with, this guy's trying to kill me. I would just go with false lashes. I'll be right back, you guys. Let me answer the door again. I'm coming. Yes.
Just want to open your door for a minute. Tape around the handles.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to step in, tape around the handles, and I'll shut the door.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
No problem. Come here, Sandy. Get back, please. Sandy, get back. Sandy. Come here, Sandy. Come here. Okay, sorry, you guys. I gotta hold on to her while he's got my front door open, because she will bail. She likes to go down to my mom and dad's house and hang out there. But what I was gonna say is that now I let that dry. So what I want to do is take just take the end of, where the heck? Do I not have one over here? Surely I do. Come on. Anyway, what you would do is just take the end of one of the disposable mascara wands and just rub right over it. It'll get rid of that mascara wherever it's at, even if it's on the top of your eye, underneath, wherever it's at. Just let it dry and then take it and just scratch it off with one of those, and it'll completely go away, and it won't ruin anything either. Oh, stop it. Oh, that's very cool, Miss Bethy. That is so cool. Yeah, and Tanya. Sorry, I was just putting my nose ring back in. Okay, now I'm going to do my lips. I'm using a combination of, where's the Lolita? Stop. He's gone. Stop, he's gone. You can get down now. He's gone. Get down now. Knock it off. Stop. Stop it. He's gone. Stop. Man, stays that way. Literally, it's like been the craziest day. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 lip products. I am going to be using the Kat Von D Lolita in the Studded Kiss formula. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the Lolita OG. And I am also going to use my glasses so I can read what this says, because this one I think it's Fawn, but I'm probably wrong. Oh, Ludwig. I'm sorry. I'm going to use Ludwig, and this is a liquid. She's exhausting me, y'all. I'm going to be using this to ombre it out. Boca, please stop. Okay, so to do your lips, like I said before, I like to do the crisscross. It's something most makeup artists do because you'll get it right every time. So even if your lips are uneven, by doing this, it will absolutely give you even lips every single time. It's not about drawing a Cupid's bow that you don't already have. But people that don't know anything that speak blow my mind. But it has nothing to do with drawing a Cupid bow that's not there. It has everything to do with making sure that it's even. So that is where I start. Boca. So I start right here. Obviously, I am not going to be able to talk. And then straight down. Boca. 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 Get over here. Get over here. Lay down, please. Lay down. Boca, do not do it. Just enough. Enough. Thank you. Thank you. You did a good job. I know he's there. Believe me, I know. Wow. Okay. Other side. And I'm not overdrawing my lips today. These are my natural lips. But I am going to be getting them done again soon. And when I do, I will take you guys with me so that you can see what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Kat Von D, the Lolita. Oh my gosh, get out of my way. And I'm just going to put that on. Whoop. I bet he's like trying so hard to finish that up and be done with it because he's been listening to the barking as long as I have. I have fixed flat lips. I know. Isn't that hilarious? Like people will just make fun of absolutely anything. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how. I don't go around making fun of people's looks. I never will. But man, oh man, to I don't know. I mean, it's just you're not gonna hear. I mean, I just wouldn't go around telling Cindy Crawford how ugly she is. I don't get that. Like, dude, stay in your lane. Like, just whatever. Boca. Oh, please don't let her out. Okay, so now that I have that on, I'm just gonna take the Ludwig, and this is how I'm gonna ombre it. Hey, Mom, what's up? She hasn't stopped for 2 hours.
Sorry.
I think he's irritated too. I think he's irritated.
Oh, I will.
Wait a minute. I'll wait till I'm done. So then I'm gonna take the Ludwig, and to do the ombre, I'm just gonna put it in the center, just like this. And then I'm just gonna pounce them together. How did everything go, Kiz? Tammy Sue, that is a fact, girl. I mean, they love to rip everybody apart over there, don't they? That's just not me. It'll never be me. So no. But some of the things that are said are just like, what? There. And you guys are gonna find that I said it before. Oh, thank you, Cherry. I'm addicted. That's funny. Debbie Foley, you're above all that. You know, I'm no better than any of my parents. I mean, they taught me I am no better than anybody else in this world, but nobody is any better than I am either. And I think some people only get part of that. And I don't know. I let a lot of it get to me, and it's just why I cared what anybody else thinks. I don't know, because in my real life, they would never be a part of my real life. So I have, committed in 2018 to not caring what they say. I won't spend my life trying to convince somebody that I'm a nice person. If they don't think I am, I don't care. It doesn't change the fact that I am. It doesn't matter. If they don't think I'm generous, I don't care. It doesn't change the fact that I am. They would never be anywhere that I'm at. So I'm not going to give them any space in my head whatsoever. I'm done. It's just New Year. They can say whatever they want. The DEA stuff, there's really nothing I can do about it. These people on the internet are out of their mind with calling and getting in real people's lives, but that's a federal crime. You report something false like that, and you're going to federal penitentiary. So I can't be bothered with it. I'm just not going to worry about it regardless. I'm just going to go on and make my little videos, and if they don't like it, don't watch. Isn't that what we hear all the time? Let me see what you guys are saying here. How much do I need to save to get Botox? It's typically about $10 a unit. Most people spend about $100 to $150 to have it done the first time. And of course, that depends on where you live. If you're in New York or California, it could be double. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you agree. I appreciate that. I didn't see it, Don or Kiz, but I've seen some of your pictures. You look absolutely fantastic, and I am just so happy for you. Good, Tammy Sue. I'm glad you taught them that. My mom's taught me the same thing too. It's just, even at 42, sometimes I don't listen to her. I was raised right, Debbie says. Yes, I was. Yeah, Don, treat people the way that you want to be treated. But also expect people to treat you the way that you treat them. And if they don't, walk away. You don't need them. I pick on my own looks instead of anyone else's. People used to pick on my eye. Don't pick on yourself. That is exactly what creates insecurities. We think it's what other people say about us that creates insecurities. It is not. It is letting them get in our head and then us thinking it. That's what creates insecurities. That's on you, not on someone else. They're just words from them. Ignore them. And if you start to see that you're feeling that way, do exactly what I said. Go in there in a mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am beautiful. I am smart. I am perfectly made in the image of God. And who can argue with that? I mean, tell them to take them up with God. If somebody has a problem with how you look, tell them to take it up with him. I don't think he's hiring any assistants right now, so I don't think he needs anybody else's opinion. Vixen, I'm so excited about you coming, and we are just going to have so much fun, and Mexico is going to be great. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Miss Bethy, we love you and your little channel. I know, right? My little channel that's not off the ground. That's all right. I am very, very happy with it. Okay, you guys, that is everything. Like I said, I am forever with the nude lip. I know that it gets kind of boring, but luckily this is only my 4th one, so maybe you guys won't get bored with the new lip until I've done maybe 10 or 12. Vixen, we are absolutely going to have a blast. Can I tell everybody, Vixen, or should I not? Hi, Baha. Oh, I can't wait to see pics of the 2 of you. Oh, so we've already told, yes. Vixen is actually going to be coming here, and she is going to help me do some of the shark tagging for Noah. And then in September, the 4 of us are going to go to Mexico, and we're going to stay in the huts that are over the water where Alex and I went last August. And we're going to be hanging out together and doing some snorkeling and diving and just having a great time. And of course, we will absolutely bring you guys along with us for all that. And I do have another very amazing person coming in February. So very, 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 very excited about that. Oh, Kiz, you are too. I'm just so happy for you. Talk about answered prayers. That is absolutely fantastic. That's always something that has always bothered me. You know, I wanted to do that so badly, and that was just so disappointing when I couldn't. So I am so happy for you, and I know that's been a long time coming. And you know, God answers prayers. This is never in our time, is it? Always in His. But I'm just so happy that it happened for you. Just so happy. Okay, any questions to wrap this up, everybody? I love you, Vixen. You guys have any questions? I know that's right. You're a little bit behind. I'm going to show you my shirt real quick. So like, this is the motto: faith over fear. Just remember that, you guys. Vixen, when they see them in the videos, I know, right? Sherry, thank you, Mandy. Fantastic stream and tutorial. Nice to come away from a stream with a smile. Doesn't happen a lot of these days. Amen. Thank you for being here, Michelle. Thank you so much. Tammy Sue, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you back. Miss Bethy, they tag sharks not far from where I live, apparently. Yes. Angela, hi. Thank you so much. Jennifer, thank you. Love the shirt too. Christy, have an awesome day. Vixen, we do love our sharks. Michelle, love you. Gemini, you look beautiful. Thanks, Mandy. Thank you. Lindsay, thanks so much for all the info and tips. Can't wait till the next one. It will be in a couple days. Bye, Rebecca. Vixen, one day you're going to swim with a great light. Love you, girl. Punky B, thank you. Yes, DM me so I can get that out to you. Lindsay, and you look absolutely stunning. Thank you so much. Morning Glory, thank you for showing your shirt. Love your look. Thank you. I want to swim with the dolphins. It's my bucket list. Thank you, Mandy. Be blessed and be a blessing. Amen, Tammy. Jackie, thanks, Mandy. You are lovely. Enjoyed this chat and can't wait until next time. Have a beautiful day wherever you are. thank you all so much. I will try really hard to, I have all the products here. I will try really hard to list all of those and put them in the description box of everything that I used. If I can't figure it out this time, I promise you guys I will try to learn how to do that. Bear with me. Like I said, this is only my third video. So Kiz says, thank you. It was amazing of you to be willing to do that for me. It shows what a beautiful person you also are on the inside. Well, I have two, right? So it's just a shame that that didn't work out, but I'm so glad that you found it, and doesn't matter now. It's all smooth sailing for you now. But yeah, I that was a disappointment that it didn't work. So thank you guys all so much for stopping by. I will do my best to get all those products listed. I'll see if Katie can help me. And if not, the next time I will definitely do that before. So thank you guys. Remember, when we get to 1,000, we will do the Lorac. I really appreciate all you guys being here. Kimberly, hi. And I will talk to you guys all soon. I'm sure I'll see you on there and around. Vixen, Christy, all of my mods. Thank you guys so much. It was nice. Katie, I appreciate it. I really thought that you guys were going to be pretty busy today. So that turns out that it was nice. So thank you all so much. Remember that you are absolutely beautiful. If you don't believe it, then keep saying it until you convince yourself. I love you all. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until then, God bless and take care. Bye-bye.